Hey, Paul, what's up?
And we are live, guys. Hey, Lawrence, how you doing? Paul, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, Herman? How are you? How are you, Paul?
I'm good, and Lawrence is good, and everything is good.
Well, for the most part, I am beaten.
Well, I would have
killing me.
I would have thought of all that guerrilla training you were doing out in the field when you were doing that camping stuff would have helped you.
Well, the thing is, I think
not at all.
Some of these places that have these summer camps and stuff like that, and we get to use them, like, I guess that week, summer camp is over just before school starts, like a 2-3 week period in there. And we get to use these camps, but I think they buy the worst beds they can find.
Oh.
Either that or they make the camp kids make them.
Well, what you need to do is take one of those blow-up beds where you unroll it, put it, plug it in.
Well, you know what I have to get? And I brought it with me, but it just doesn't seem to work on certain beds. Plywood.
Ah.
I need a firm bed.
Yeah, put it in the middle so it doesn't sag in, right? And
yeah,
just back up.
That's why I put it, but it's either that or I need to stop demonstrating what to do to these kids, and let them figure it out themselves, or get YouTube videos to show them.
What are we What are we eating, Paul?
I'm having a breakfast bowl for dinner.
Okay.
I guess it could. It's got a protein in it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so then you're halfway there.
Anyway, welcome to Wednesday Nights with Those Guys, and we are those guys.
And we're here. Did you send Justin a link?
What happened?
Send Justin a link?
Yes, I did send him a link. I wanted to mention Paul after the live stream on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I after Val's live stream Sunday, because I wind up joining her live stream, and me and Ed and Val were on, and came to find out that Ed's a good guy. He's not one of the bad guys.
Ed who?
What's his name, Paul?
I don't know what he goes by, but
not Drone Paul. You'll have to see him. I see him on other channels. I can't think of his freaking screen name for nothing. But if he comes in, I'll point him out. As soon as I see
catch me up on what I've missed this week. I mean, I've been gone from I missed Sunday show because I was on the go, and I haven't seen any of the Canadian drone hubs so far since what was that? I think Saturday. I caught like about 10-15 minutes of it. And I think
Herman, there isn't a day that doesn't go by that somebody doesn't ask, "Where's Herman?"
True.
What happened?
True.
Who's asking? Hey, Night Train, how's it going, brother?
Everybody on all the different sites.
Right, because they're used to you popping in already.
I didn't get to go by Pusa nowhere.
Right. People notice when you're going, which I guess is a good thing. Night Train says crap weather. Right now, it started raining this afternoon here, Night Train, and it's supposed to rain from tonight into early tomorrow morning, but it'll probably be raining when I have to leave at 6 a.m.
You know what, Lawrence? It's funny you mentioned that. Once again, I go upstate and I forgot where I was packing for.
Yeah, didn't you tell me? You text me one morning and you was like, yo, it's freaking 48 degrees up here.
Yes, it was.
Hey, Philly Drone Life, yoo-hoo, turning pewter on. I'll send you a link right now, buddy.
You will not believe it, Lawrence. You would not believe it. It was crazy. We get up in the morning, there to put these kids to go run and do their weight training, but wow, it's like 40-something degrees in the morning. And a fool like me, I brought one sweatshirt, bunch of shorts and t-shirts because I figured, just like last year, it's going to get hot. Well, I knew from the weather wasn't going to get that hot, but I knew it was going to be, out there on the field, and I was going to have to take a few showers and stuff like that. Man, it was so cold. We had one day of sun, and it wasn't even that warm. That day when you told me it was 61 degrees.
Yeah, that was the same day.
Yeah, do you know how cold it was when you text me that?
Yeah, I do. I do remember you texting me and saying that. And I was like, it's 48 degrees up there?
Yeah,
that almost sounds like fall.
Well, you know what it is? And for anybody that knows New York, and I forget, like I said, I totally forgot this. Monticello is deliberately 10 degrees colder than anywhere else in the state. In this area, when they show the weather, you check it out. Even in the summertime, if we had 90 degrees, they wouldn't break 80.
Hey, Furball, what's going on, dude? You're here, but cooking dinner. What's for dinner?
Hey, Furball.
Come on back to the keyboard and let us know what's for dinner.
Well, I hear they eat pretty good up there at Canadian Donut.
From what I understand, that they're my kind of guys. They eat a lot of protein.
Yep.
They like to barbecue. What more do I need as a friend?
Yep, exactly.
Except a large bottle of hot sauce and barbecue sauce. The Costco size.
That much? That should last you about a year.
Last me a year, man. Do you want to know something? I used to make my own hot sauce. And when I finished making my hot sauce and mixing it, I would have to put it in a glass jar or bottle. Because one time I put it in a plastic Tupperware and the lid started getting soft. So I'm like, wow, the gases inside are really strong. So
acid.
Right. Now I put it in a bottle and I seal it and I put it in a brown paper bag and I used to put it in a closet for about a week. And then when you open it up, it went psst, like it was a soda. Yep. Right? Now, you ever see these shows on TV where they go, where's the hot sauce? And then someone comes over and they take one drop. And the guy looks at him like, are you stupid? Just one drop? My stuff was like 1 or 2 droppable.
Wow.
Definitely. In fact, my doctor told me to stop making it that hot.
My mother used to make hot sauce. And I used to watch my father put it on the food. And I'm like, if that's all you're putting on there, then it can't possibly be any good. Because it would be like little drops. And I'm like, that's a waste.
Because you can't taste it. You can't taste it, right? I will admit, while making my hot sauces, that while tasting them, sometimes I would have to stop because I'd burn out my taste buds.
Yep.
Your tongue will not get numb, but your taste will get numb if you ingest so many peppers. But anyway, for those of you who don't know, Herman's back from football camp.
Yep.
He survived.
That pepper, you said it knocked the taste out your mouth. Is that anything like the threats from mom?
Yeah, pretty close. Except threats from mom, if they were initiated, might draw blood from the lip. and see, that's the problem with kids today, because I'll tell you what happened. When I was little, my mother, we had a double stroller. My sister was a baby, and I could sit in the back. They had a seat in the back. And every day like clockwork, my mother's friends would come out and they'd meet us on the corner and go, oh, she's so cute. My mother would go, no. And I would be looking up at the sky, because you'd take my sister out and the stroller would go like this because I'm sitting in the back. So after a few weeks of this going on consistently, my mother started taking me out and walking me across the street. And it's funny because I have flashbacks of my mother going, no, and looking up at the sky. Adrian Mateo Drones, welcome and good afternoon. What's going on, brother? And I'd like to thank you guys for your kind comments on my FPV video. I mean, you know what it is? When you fly camera drone, and Herman and you can, Paul can contest to this. Once you fly a camera drone, you look at every bit of footage under a super magnifying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Even if it's drone footage on TV, you're like, yo, that guy could have clipped that tree. Or
Yep.
you
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah, once you fly, like you're talking about, when you fly video or photo or whatever, because we're looking at the big picture. We're not focusing on the item in the middle. We're watching everything cinematic around it.
right. And flying FPV, a lot of people are like, yo, you got FPV birds. We don't see any FPV footage. Like I meant Ed and Val after the stream, they were like, how come you don't put out any videos? And I was like, I have tons of FPV footage. It's just that I'm super critical of myself.
Yeah.
Because any little jerk like this that's not smooth is not good footage. It's the cutting room floor. And you learn that from flying a camera drone.
Yeah, and that's the way I feel. It's hard for me to watch FPV because my critic comes out and says, well, you should slow that pan down a little bit. You should level that out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You're 100% right.
I have to send the Phantom back.
You do?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. Today, well, I was flying with it the other day. Flew fine. Well, matter of fact, when we went out before I left, and I noticed the camera was doing a little twitching thing every now and then, and it ruined a couple of shots. So I called DJI. They told me to refresh the firmware. So I went into Assistant 2, and it didn't say to refresh. It said to update. Now, I'm saying that I'm on a current version, but it was telling me to update it. So I did the update on it like he told me to. Took the bird out with me up to camp, and I was flying. It was fine. The next time I went up, it was fine. It was doing what it was supposed to do. Then it starts twitching again. So now I got.
Now, was the camera actually, you saw it twitching?
It's the camera twitching, yeah.
Okay, it's not the
because it just does that. It just keeps.
You know how sometimes you start up your drone until the gimbal centers, may go like this slightly. His has like a little tick.
Oh.
It keeps doing it while it's videoing. I'm like, why is it doing that? But it just started doing it again. It didn't do it for I flew a whole battery. I popped another one and it was fine. But the third one, it just started to spaz out again.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, you can't have that. Nope.
So I'm going to send that back.
They're going to replace it for you?
Well, they would have to.
Yeah, he just got that sucker.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, you see someone Herman size coming to you, you're going to say no.
What can we do for you, sir?
Well, you know what they could do? I had a foreman one time. I wanted to speak to him, and he saw me coming, and he ran in the office and locked the door. So I don't know. I didn't want to hurt him. I just wanted to speak to him.
Well, you ought to have a T-shirt on, Herman, that says, yes, I mean business.
Well, you know what, Paul? I used to work out a lot, right? I used to have big arms and everything, traps. And every job I went to, they would always put me on the bull gang, the guys that's going to pull all the big wire and cables and stuff like that, or run big, heavy pipelines. And I'm like, oh, goodness, why I got to be on this all the time? So a friend of mine told me, he said, yo, if you want to get out of doing it, show up to work in khakis. They're not going to put you to go do that if you're wearing khakis. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try that. So I went and bought some khakis. I show up to work with khakis on. And that day I called him on the phone. I was like, yo, I'm running some 5-inch galvanized pipe in khakis. It didn't matter. But yeah, Lawrence, camp was fun. I just was, I just never
Up a fake note from the doctor.
I just never got a chance to get on any of the live streams or check out any of the shows or anything. I didn't even get to watch any videos. The only video I saw was, I think it was one from Paul and one from you, and I didn't even get to leave a comment.
Well, the funny thing is I don't know if either of you guys caught it, but Roger the other day pulled up and he showed us all of the videos that people put in the chat they want him to look at. And he says, I marked that for later. And it had to have 100 videos on there. Says, Roger, how do you watch all those? Says, one right after another, after another, after another. I says, oh, man.
Wow.
And they want him to watch their videos.
Yep.
Does he saves them to watch later, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, I'd like to tell you, I need to delete my watch later list because my watch later list probably is past 1,000.
Yeah.
I don't know if it goes past 1,000 or stops, but
Just
I know
keep
I have
going, I think.
I deleted 50 and it still said I had like 800 and something.
Yeah.
So
So Paul, what's Val been up to?
Val was sick for a couple of days, and now her latest thing is she's on to she's calling herself Val's Life Puddles FPV or something like that.
yeah, Val Pudding FPV.
Puddles.
Val Puddles FPV.
And it's like and
Now she might be a little upset with me because Wednesday after a show I told her I would help her on liftoff, and we were supposed to do it last night, but yesterday I was so tired after getting up at 4. By the time 9:30 came, which is only 7:30 her time, I was wiped. So I didn't even check out her show because I was like sitting on the couch going, damn, I got to get on and do this thing. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me send her a message and just tell her, look, I'm exhausted. But we have to get on the simulator during the day sometime. And I don't think she's free during the day. What's up, Mr. Crowley? How are you, brother?
Not as of today through the end of the week, no.
Okay. So during the day, she'll be a little busy.
Yeah, she goes over and works, with that lady that she takes care of. She gets
Well, she's going to have a free day or something because me waiting for her to finish doing a stream, I thought I could do it, and you guys know how it is. You get bear syndrome.
Well, that plus the time change.
Hey, Mr. Crowley, I sent you a that too, the time difference. I sent
2 hours. Yep.
Really?
That 2 hour difference makes a difference.
Yep. Because when she stays on till 11 o'clock, that's 1 o'clock every time.
Look at this guy. I don't know if I'm pointing to him right, because on my box, on my screen, I see the 4 of you. Herman, you're 100% right, because looking at the stream, it does show who's talking and only who's talking.
Is that a reincarnation of Michael Jackson, or what is that?
No, he's got his Just Do It shirt on.
Oh.
Shades on. They say black is slimming. So
Dapper hat. Yeah.
Yeah, the hat makes his head look slimmer.
Right.
Well, I think what happened is Herman, he saw you with a hat on, so he says, I can do that.
All right, damn it.
There you go.
I don't know why I'd want to wear a bucket hat. The sun isn't out, but.
Well, we had these for camp in the shade.
You had those in the shade. What's up, Mike? We can't hear you.
We had them for camp.
Click in the lower
Turn
right
your
hand
mic
corner and make sure your mic is on. You're unmuted.
You're unmuted, but you got to make sure your mic is turned on.
Yeah, make sure your mic is turned on.
You know how when you're
Nope.
on the
Down in
field,
the bottom left is your mic on?
Yeah, it'll say select a mic. Nope, it'll say select a microphone. And it should have the microphone to your
screen.
camera.
Bottom left corner.
Still nothing. What's up? Oh.
Mr.
To
Crowley.
Mr. Microphone. Welcome to Mr. Microphone.
There you go.
Hey, good looking. Where you gonna be?
Michael, talk to us. Are you talking?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, working
You're
now.
good, you're good, you're
Hi
good.
there, oh there, it's all awesome for me. M-I-C-K.
What's
Oh,
up, Mr. Crawley? How are you, sir?
You
What
got
is
on your hand.
happening?
Hey,
You're building, Mr.
What?
Crowley, building.
so yeah,
Billy
well, I was
Drone,
saying
Billy Drone life.
that we got these hats for when we are out on the field
Like
in the
this?
sun, and the sun wouldn't be beating us up. But apparently, we got a lot of shade this year. Wasn't that much sun out there.
Okay. Well, I figured I figured there was a reason you were wearing a hat. Come on, Paul. I guess it's turning into a hat show.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
At night. Woo, easy.
Oh, come on. I don't have my hat.
What's good, Mike?
What's up, Herman? I missed
Oh,
you.
Mike.
Herman, you
Mike,
were
you're about to break-
last. I'm the.
What you say, Mike?
Mike is low.
Yeah, your mic is a little low,
You're a
Michael.
little low.
Turn your volume on the backup.
Yeah,
Mike has a low mic.
Mike Lowe. Now I'm not Mr. Crowley. Dude, you got the deepest voice on the face of this earth.
Hello there, Michael.
Oh my God. Okay, how about now? 1, 2, 3, testing. Can you hear me?
A little louder,
We hear
Michael.
you.
Turn it up.
We hear you, but it sounds like you're in the next room.
On the back of the mic, there's a dial.
Hell is going on, guys? Come
Turn
on.
the dial on the back of the mic, he says. Turn the dial on the back of the mic.
I got the gain all the way up for the love of God. Hold on. The gain, I'm going to go higher. Hold on here. Hello? 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 Can you hear me now?
Testing, 1, 2.
Oh, I noticed that Roger had a Yeti mic the other day.
Yep.
Hey, let me see that mic you got there, Mike.
I'm fighting with it, guys. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on here. Hold on. There it is.
You know what I didn't do?
Can't freaking see with these glasses. They don't work in a house.
Michael, lean into the mic and talk. I don't think the mic is working.
Yeah, I don't think it's on.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't think you have the mic selected.
No, I got it selected. Let me
Oh,
try.
you didn't plug it in.
Plug it in, plug it in.
What's up, Adrian Lee? How are you, Jay
Hey,
Santiago?
Santiago, how are you doing?
Welcome to Wednesday nights with those guys, because Val had an all-woman show last week. So Curtis went over there and said, we just finished our man show on Sunday.
Michael,
but-
once you plug it in, you got to select it in the bottom left again.
Yeah,
No, that's not what I wanted to do.
I did select it.
Select the Yeti.
Hold on. Oh, hello there.
Oh, there you are.
there you go.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's the Taj Mahal Hotel and Casino here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's get ready to rumble. 12 rounds of boxing for your entertainment.
Not bad, not bad at all.
Do you know that Ready to Rumble is copyrighted?
Is it? Get out
Yep.
of here. Really?
It's actually trademarked.
It's trademarked.
Yes,
It
yes,
is.
it is.
Well, you know what? Somebody's trademarked everything in the English language. That's the problem you have.
It's a joke.
You know the Buffer
You know
brothers.
what I mean? It's like everybody's got something to say, and I don't know. They all think it's theirs.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, you were talking about Val having the all girls night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they did last night, except they had Kim on.
Yeah, I'm a little
I
insulted
saw,
by
I
that as
saw
well.
because I was supposed to get on liftoff with Val afterwards, and I was explaining before you popped in that I was like mad tired, and I have to find we have to find a mutual day where we're free during the day, because that 2-hour difference is what did it to me. You know, I become a bear after I eat and then have an adult drink, and then the hand goes down the pants like
The
this.
pants, yep, right down the front.
You know what time it is, man.
My head goes back.
Yeah, exactly. So Philly drone life.
Yes,
How's life? How's life treating you?
dude, man, I tell you, we're so far so good. So I mean, we're having a good day today, but you know, life is smacking me up and down. But I'm freaking.
Oh my God, you got the Balboa hat.
Yeah. He said he didn't. You say you're going to do a run or something to the
Yeah, he's going up the staircase.
top of the
guys,
stairs at the Philly Museum?
Today is day 79. Tomorrow will be day 80, man. We're 10 days. We're going to run down freaking Avenue, the JFK Avenue, which I'll probably collapse by the time I get to the end.
You know, I wish I could be there with my GoPro like this.
I know.
GoPro with my Osmo mobile like this, following
that's-
the whole way.
That's what I'm going to be doing. I got the Osmo Mobile 3 all ready, and I got to run with a freaking Osmo. Guys, I just learned how to run. I mean, I guess I knew how to run, but I haven't ran in years.
Well, walk up quickly.
Right?
Huh?
You know what you have to do, right? That last 2 blocks, you got to open up into a full sprint, just like in the movie.
You want me to fall right on my face? And boom, John, right on the
Break the Osmo.
Yeah, the Osmo's going, but it'll all be live, guys. I'm doing this live. Make sure you tune in. Thank
You
you.
don't have the action,
Yeah, I got them all. I don't use them any of them.
put
I
the
got
action on you.
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. The pin it here.
Yeah, put it in so you can show the whole run.
Yeah.
Have one facing you and one facing away. That way you see your face running.
I know. That's great.
Oh no! But have you guys seen what mistake they did? They used to do with the GoPros when they would attach them to your body and the chest, and they have the arm in front of you. And it looks like you're running like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Guys, I want somebody to do the droning for me. I pictured a drone, an active track coming down the avenue and up the steps. I gotta do it, guys.
Michael, what about your buddy
Billy.
in Philadelphia there? You know, he would.
Billy might be busy that night, although
Billy might come over and just tell him it's a special occasion.
You know what
You want me to call him up and ask?
Yeah, why don't one of you guys call him?
We all have had his phone number for months.
I
I know.
Hey, what's up,
Mark?
Hadley? How are you, brother?
Oh man. Yeah, somebody call him. I don't want to seem like, you know, some old
You know what? I was
after young guys. So I
Oh,
think
Mike, the reason that I would have loved to have been there, but next to you running up the stairs, is probably because that would be the first exercise I've had since I started walking.
dude, same here, Lawrence. Come on. You guys are laughing at me, but you got to understand where, hey, listen, this is
I understand.
okay. You got to measure success where you came from, not where you're at, but where
I
you
got you.
came from, man.
Well,
Mike,
Mike,
I only want to be there to see you accomplish it, and I know you will.
Dude, I want you to drone it. Somebody's got to drone it.
I would if I could get down there.
When you open up into that full sprint right on that last block before the steps,
I'm gonna die.
if you fall flat on your face, right, I'll just have the drone land on the ground right
That would be great.
Right in front of you.
Right on the back. And then we'll just call end done. He's done. Yeah.
Are you gonna
Michael.
land next to him while they're giving him CPR?
The front
Michael.
tooth knocked out.
Michael, just remember your Mavic 2s, they will fly for about 28 to 32 minutes. Just put it up at the top of the stairs in a hover
And start
run up
running.
there.
Yes, that's right. That's
You know what?
Just
Paul,
put the
that was
control on the
mean.
ground and run.
Yes.
Paul, that was mean.
Well, active track.
It'll stay in the air for 32 minutes. So what you're saying is it'll land by the time he gets there.
Well, listen, guys, it's not supposed to take me that long. I'm going to tell everybody I'm starting all the way at the end, but I'm cheating. There ain't nobody watching
Listen,
here, right?
Mike,
Yo,
Mike.
I'm cheating.
Mike, listen closely. All you got to do is pull up in front of the museum in a damn cab, set the drone up, have someone splash some water on you, put it on active track, and run up the damn stairs and go home.
Yeah,
Good luck, Hadley.
done.
Hey, Lawrence, do you remember when the people got in trouble in New York at the at the what do you call it, the marathon, when
Yeah.
they were taking the subway
Yep.
past
They
the
were catching
checkpoints.
The New York Marathon, they were taking
Yeah.
the subway.
They were taking the
No,
subway.
wait,
Yeah. So that way they can get caught on camera going past the next checkpoint. They was like, wait a minute.
it's awesome.
Oh.
It's funny because they've had the New York City Marathon. I've seen people get off buses.
Yeah.
They were told all taxi cabs do not pick up anyone with a label, so they stopped that. But they were doing buses, cabs, the subway. Someone,
Limousines.
it was a joke, but I did see someone get off of a bicycle.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
That is just
Yeah.
awesome. Well, anyway, so we're going to do it day 90, guys. Come on, come join us. Come to
What
Philadelphia.
day is that on? Because September 8th, Herman and I are busy. And that
Well, it's
and
going.
we might, now I'm not sure, but September 8th is a Sunday. We might not be able to do a live stream.
Okay.
Okay, because why?
I don't. Like,
Because you remember what we're supposed to do on the 8th?
oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
That's
remember
an all-day event.
Yeah, I know.
all day, and the night before it starts, doesn't it?
Well, the event that we're doing, it I don't know if I should say it, but we're doing an event for someone, and we're doing it professional in the whole nine. We're bringing every piece of blogging equipment and
Oh.
every bird that'll fly.
Well, I forgot about that. Then I don't know what you're talking about.
Michael thought you were coming to see him.
Yeah, I thought you were coming to see me. That ain't me. I thought it was me. What the hell, man? I don't care what you're doing now.
No, Michael, this is going to be big for those guys.
All right.
This would be a step for those guys to advance and get the name on the
Just-
board.
Why I was asking where Val, come on, stop moving. Where Val was, I had a
Package open. Yeah. She's working.
oh well. I
Well,
guess
don't
I
say
gotta
it
go
like
pick
that,
it up.
Paul. She's working with the client.
Yep.
Hey, Herman, if you want to open packages, if you want to wait a little while, I got a package to open too, brand new. So it's up to you.
Oh, well, Mike,
Well,
if it's what I think it is, and if it's what Herman gave you the address or number for, you
did you ever get that link I sent you?
the link.
Me?
Yes.
No, I never got a link.
Remember we were talking about a particular type of bird, and
When
Herman sent you a
talking
link.
about the P4 Pro.
Oh, yeah. I did get that link. And you know, I couldn't pull the trigger. I didn't have the money, which really pissed me off. And then after talking to the wife and trying to convince her, I went back and it wasn't available.
Oh.
So, did you get it?
Oh, I have one already.
I know. I was just, what the hell?
I
Yeah,
sent you
dude.
the link
First
to
of all, how did you even find it? Did you? It's just you're always looking there.
Search.
What? Okay. Clue the rest of his instance it's not available anymore. How much was the P4 Pro?
The price that it was a regular price.
Yeah, it was a regular price, dude.
Oh, okay.
There was other ones on eBay that were like 22, 23, but the link he sent me was $1,500, $1,600. It's a regular what they asked for it. Yeah, it was the version 2 he sent me. He didn't send me the regular one. It was
Wow.
the version 2 he found. Yeah, I was dying, man, and I was so mad. And that started a 3-day fight. How I have enough drones, and you need to calm down, and we're adults now, and all that crap.
What you should have done was
The talk.
you should have contacted the guy and asked him if he wanted to trade for one of your Mavic 2.
I don't want to trade. I need that.
I do know Justin has an Inspire V2, and it's regular Inspire V2 with one battery that he's looking to get rid of or trade for a Phantom 4 Pro or a Phantom 4 V2.
Really?
That's
Wait,
like,
hold on. We may have something here. Hold on.
No, seriously, if Justin was here,
I
and
can't see that deal work.
put it this way, he got the Flighty Inspire, he brought it out here. He really just got it just to say I guess he wanted
No,
to
he got it
experience.
for the camera. He told me he got it for the camera, right? Wasn't
Right. Well, he got it. He did get it, and now he saw us. We were flying the other night from Brooklyn.
Right.
In fact, these pictures here We were flying the other night from Brooklyn, and we took shots like this.
Yeah, and he ain't getting them shots, right?
He had a Mavic Zoom, and he was like, you know what? I seriously think I want my Phantom back. I want a freaking Phantom 4 back. And we did. It's such a short trip to where we flew.
Right.
It's like I understand why he said that. Now he had a Mavic Zoom, and he was able to zoom in and get some great pictures.
So
But-
tell me, how long before he lost connection?
I'm going to tell you this one thing.
About
And,
about 1,000 feet.
no.
The Inspire.
Oh, wait a minute. What the hell happened?
What?
No, yeah, you're still here.
Closed the damn window. Somehow I closed Zoom or some. I can't see you guys, but
Yeah.
anyway, I need to turn it off. Sign in.
You're still in the
Yeah, you're still here, brother.
Yeah, but I'm pinned. Return the meeting. There we go.
That's what you're.
Okay, cool. Anyway, as I was saying, what were we talking about?
We were talking about the Inspire. How long before he lost connection?
Flying over there.
Oh, he did not. Now he did not have the Inspire, but Cool Bick, who comes to the live stream, Worship TV, what's up? He came to Cool Bick came with us. He had a Mavic 2 Pro, and he flew across, and it was now where Manhattan is, where you see those where Manhattan the skyscrapers are. There's a bubble. There's a no-fly zone, and as long as you don't cross that no-fly zone, you can fly up and down there all you want. Now, he got close to the no-fly zone and was starting to have problems. Paul with OcuSync, which I thought was weird because I went over behind him and I was actually able to penetrate the bubble just the edge. I said I wanted to see if it stopped me like a wall, and before I knew it, I was maybe about 10 feet behind the bubble. My screen flickered a little, and then I backed back out. But at one time and point, he lost complete signal.
Yes.
Just for a few seconds, and it came back. But the way they have the bubble designed is where you see these buildings here.
Yep.
As long as you went parallel to the land,
right,
you didn't have any issues.
Right.
You know, as long as you were parallel with the bubble and stayed outside the bubble, you could fly and take as many pictures as you wanted.
Right.
It's interesting.
Lawrence, in this area here, this picture you're showing here, that's right around Columbia Street. That last picture you showed, where that yard is.
Yes, it is.
That is the Columbia.
That's where the cranes are, and that's where they park the Queen Mary too.
What I'm saying is, you're saying as long as you fly along that route or on the other side.
No, you can fly across the water at any point you want, but when you look at Google Maps in your DJI app, you can only see it in your DJI app. You know how they show the airports and the runway flight paths?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing now because there's an orange bubble just around the perimeter of Lower Manhattan. And if you go past it, there's no bubble and people can actually fly into Manhattan, which I don't do or even risk trying to do unless I'm using a 107 waiver. But
let me ask you something. When you go into that bubble, what is it though? Does it block you? Is there a wall? Because I've never even.
That's why I when he hit it with his Mavic 2 Pro, his screen started flickering. He's like, I'm getting some kind of interference. But the picture would come back and it would just flicker and mess with. But I don't think he could go any further into it. He couldn't go past it. But with my Phantom 4 Pro, I was able to go 10 feet past the border. And like I said, my screen flickered a few times, but that was about it. I just backed out.
But now also, did it tell you were in the no-fly? Because that's what I experienced.
No, that it didn't do. Like when we fly out here at Kennedy Airport and they change the flight path and the flight path is coming straight towards you, it tells you that your return home may cross the trajectory of the flight path.
That's odd that they didn't tell you.
This particular one did not tell you because if you look on Google Maps, the no-fly zones are different colors.
Yeah. Well, I don't go to no-fly zones, but there's a lot of sensitive areas in Philadelphia, as you guys know.
That's basically what he's talking about.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what's been happening to me is I'm never been stopped because I don't enter into them areas. But what does happen to me a lot, which is really, they need to fix this because it's just like you talked about. I get the flicker, and then the flicker of death, and then bam, your picture goes, and I got nothing. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I'm 2,000 feet away, and then in a minute, it's returning to home. And as you know, we're taught to push up, and then it'll get to a good height, and then bam, the picture will come back. But it's always on the way home. The drone's on its way home. Is that what you know? Is that what it'll do? Is that what it's supposed
Yeah,
to
triggers return to home.
Yes. Technically, yes. Now, as far as your drone going to auto land mode,
that's what I worry about.
But I've seen the drone going to auto land.
Delicious, huh?
The battery was freaking low.
Yeah.
The battery was too low, and it was doing a forced landing because it didn't want to fall out the sky.
Okay, so in other words, what happened to that one guy is not going to happen to us, right, Lawrence? Because that's what I worry about.
From what I've seen so far, I cannot promise personally, but from what I've seen, I've never seen anyone hit a no-fly zone and force land.
Because that's dangerous.
Now stop. I do know at JFK International Airport at one time they were testing drone bazookas that if you aim it at a drone, it takes control of the drone and they can pull it down.
Yeah,
they're testing them at this airport.
And I'd also like to say, I'd like to say that those guys doesn't advocate any bad flying, guys. And FAA, if you're listening, we abide by all rules. And as a matter of fact, we want to be compliant in everything, shape, form.
Exactly.
We want people to fly drones. So if you're out there listening, we don't believe in that crap. We want to follow the rules, and that's what we're here for. So,
well, I want to bring up a very interesting point because one of these pictures here, the guy told me, I can't stop the slideshow, but I'll show you which one it is. A guy told me, it is totally illegal for you to fly there. Now this guy lives in. Now hold on, this guy flies drones. He's in a drone group, and he lives in Manhattan. And I told him, had you been there that night, you see that rainbow thing in that little rainbow on the right side building?
Yes,
I have a picture of that up close, and it's actually a cropped picture.
Wall Street.
Right, and I actually have the picture cropped, and he thought that I flew that close. They actually had a concert on top of the building. In fact, it's not showing here. But they had a concert on top of the building. I'll see if I can pull a picture up in OBS.
I have an exact story just like yours, Lawrence. Opening day of football.
He lives in Manhattan and supposedly fly drones. That spot is totally illegal. And I told him, had you been with us that night, you would have been able to look at Google Maps and see I was well outside the bubble. And it was a totally legal flight because we used strobes and everything. And after that, he didn't comment anymore. I said, and I left another message. Go find someone else's picture to troll.
Yeah. Well, I know. In Philly they do it a lot, and I'll tell you, it's a shame. And not only Philly, guys, and YouTube, and this is for everybody. If you don't like somebody, please don't waste professionals' time. Don't call the FAA on somebody. Don't waste their time. Go punch them in their face. Or go offer the guy out. Be a man, but don't do that. That's really low, guys. If you're going to try to call the police or the FAA and start bullshitting just to get somebody in trouble, come on, to try to shut their channel down. What are you doing?
Here, this picture right here is a cropped picture.
That's pretty cool.
And as you see on the roof, they are partying. There's a concert.
Oh, right.
On top of that rainbow building. They just recently put that stage there. After I think it's been there about a year and a half almost. But the point I'm making is people are so quick to criticize and accuse you of being an illegal flyer that they just speak stupidly out their mouth. And I find it extra irritating when it comes from someone who flies drones.
Yes.
You, Mike, like you're a friend, you're a close friend. I value you, Paul. I value you, Mr. Crowley. But none of you can tell me the damn thing about flying in New York.
Yes.
Until you've come here to fly. And that's the point I'm trying to make.
Hey, Lawrence, isn't that the old fish market?
That's the South Street Seaport. Yes.
No, that building, that's the old fish market.
Yes, it used to be an old fish market back in the day. When New York got its seafood,
Until Giuliani,
got its seafood in, they would literally, all the seafood that went to Chinatown and every place back in the 50s and 40s used to come through that area, Herman.
your buddy, all half-baked Giuliani, got the fish market moved uptown.
Yeah, yeah.
The terminal
That's
market in the
stupid.
Bronx.
Well, the other interesting thing is that guy. We live in a technological age that you could put up a bigger drone with a big ass camera on it, and you could zoom right in and probably pick out people in the crowd, and you'd be well outside the no-fly area.
Yes, you can. But I'm going to show you the picture. Let me just add it to OBS. That's what I'm feeling OBS now. Because
Lawrence,
show you. I'm going to show you the picture I cropped it from.
while you're finding the picture, let me just say that all us guys, really good hobbyists that fly a lot, have a lot of hours in the air, a lot of flights, we become professionals of our environment because wherever you fly every day, you've got a lot of time in the air and you start to learn.
Mhm.
You learn all the ins and outs. You learn the shot. You learn where's good, where isn't good, where you lose your signal, where you don't, how to fly certain surroundings.
Thank you.
You become professionals of your own environment. So you're
Right.
absolutely right. Nobody's going. If I went to New York and I wanted to fly, I would look up the two guys or the one guy who flies the most in New York and go to him.
Exactly. Like we do have a group here in New York called NYC 5 Borough Drone Meetup. And it was created with the purpose of showing people where they can fly in New York. This is the picture that I cropped.
Oh yeah, you cropped it in.
This is the picture that I cropped it from. Okay. Now tell me, I'm in the middle of the East River.
Yep.
He swore up and down that I was that low and that close. Now, in order to do that, I would have had to have been inside the bubble, correct? The
Yeah.
no-fly zone bubble.
Right.
But people just make accusations. And Herman brought up something that was interesting one time by saying, I think someone had asked somebody a question about flying over people. And Herman said you could see the people he was flying over.
Yeah.
I remember him making a comment like that to someone.
People always say things because they assume what they think they know is going on at the time in the picture, just from looking at a simple picture or a video. But it's like, oh yeah, I know what video you're talking about.
Yeah.
The video that we did downtown to show how Brooklyn is changing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some lady, she said to me, "You're not afraid to fly the drone that high or up near those buildings over all those people?" I was like, "You can see the people?"
Yeah. I mean, think about it. It's the same thing, and it applies to FPV flying and
Oh, Mike, how's it going, Mike?
I mean, there is certain common sense. Like, for instance, when I fly in Philly, I do a morning flight and then sometimes I do evening flights. But my evening flights are really done at 4:30 a.m. It
What's
doesn't
up?
look any different at 4:30 a.m. than it does at midnight. It's dark. So
Yeah.
so now you tell me at
I
4:30
knew it.
at 4:30 a.m. who's walking the street in Center City, Philly?
low
Pretty much
lives,
no one. No one.
low
People
lives.
going to work,
Hold on.
police officers, paramedics,
Hold on. There's a list of people.
construction workers,
Low lives, people coming home from parties, more low lives.
young children.
Yeah, but no.
Philly
My-
Drone Life, Mike, Philly
Nine.
Drone Life.
The streets
He's out there.
the streets are pretty much empty. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're
yeah,
right.
there are, of course, there's people all the time, especially in the city around the clock. But I mean, guys, it's even in a crowd of people, the odds of hitting somebody with a drone falling out of the sky are really dense. But to then put 10 people in a city and try to hit a person, now, come on. But I guess if there's just the 1 out of a million, that's still too many. I don't know. I think it's a bunch of crap personally.
But I think that
Hey, Rick
I
Halbert.
think that's why the law says can't fly over crowds of people, not just you can fly over individuals.
But
No, I don't think
Justin, hold on. It depends on what your state considers a crowd. Because here in the state of New York, don't quote me, but last I remember, more than 3 to 4 people is considered a crowd.
Well, honestly, it's a I said, a gray area.
right.
You're looking at a video, and you're looking at a drone flying over a building,
Right.
or past a building. What people did you see?
Right.
That's true.
They're assuming there's people.
Right, they're assuming there's people. You know that there's a school right now. I can't remember the name of the college, but they're testing right now
Exactly.
what would happen if a drone hit someone in the face.
Oh, they did.
Come on.
I did a report on that Sunday.
But I
Herman.
saw it.
And
But I saw what happens when a drone hits someone in the face already.
How about what happens when a chainsaw hits somebody in the face?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh. Or a chair, a bar bottle.
I've seen that already.
well, last week I did do a report on them testing what happens if a drone hits you, and they did 152 tests.
That's
and
a
they said
fair test. That's just
unless
to get
the
people.
propellers hit you, directly, and the odds of the propellers hitting you from a drone are so slim that that's the only way you
Well,
get really
Did
physical.
it hit the same person 150
Right,
times?
that's why I wanted to ask.
The point is, you're missing the point. The point is the test is already glitched from the beginning. It's already swayed from the beginning. The
Of course it is.
test is done
Yes.
to just make people hate freaking drones.
Right.
Oh my God, look what happens if somebody gets in the face. Look at the stitches.
Herman has the perfect word for it. It's called fear mongering.
I was just going to say fear. I
Yes,
agree.
It's fear mongering because
Right.
there are still people in New York when I pull out a drone, and I've been flying out here where I live for a while now, and there are still people that go, "Oh my God, he's got a drone. Let's go that way. Walk the other way." And I'm like, "Are you really that ignorant?" There are people that ignorant. Paul, you know, that as much as you fly in the spot you are, you will always find somebody to say, "Wow, what is that? A drone?"
Not so much, when I always fly with my FAA tag on, and I end up every time I fly doing a seminar afterwards.
exactly. Same here. I usually wind up talking to people. I give them my freaking controllers, and every single time they're blown away. And I always throw it in. Hey man, people think we're spying on them. Does this look like you want to go spy on somebody? Look how freaking beautiful it is. Why do I gonna go look at a person?
I have a habit of doing that too, Mike. If someone's walking by and they're like, staring, I go,
Over here, play.
come here, look.
Yeah.
Come here.
See that
I hit
video
him with a bat,
with that guy?
and I go to another place.
There was a guy flying in his drone, and this guy comes up to him, and he's like, the guy's flying in one location, and the man comes up to him, and he's hollering and screaming at him, talking about how
Rick's talking to you,
looking,
Mike.
he's looking at you're looking at my wife at my house, and his house is all the way down the hill.
Yeah.
And the guy is in another location with the drone, and the guy's like, "You're spying on my house with my wife's house," and he's losing his mind. I think people just get so crazy about that. Because you remember the time we were flying over by the armory, and that guy stopped, and him and his wife, and they started talking, and he was like, "You're allowed to do that?" And I'm like, "Yes, you're allowed to do it." She goes, "What about flying over people's homes?" I was like, "Well, you don't own the airspace over your home." She goes, "But that's not good for you to be looking at my house." I'm like, who's looking at your house? Who knows which house is yours?
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking at roofs.
Yeah.
And I ain't even looking at them. The drone just happens to be flying over them. I ain't looking at them. I'm looking ahead of me. I'm looking at the stars.
Well, the classic statement would be Do you realize right now there's a satellite looking down at you that probably can tell you how many shoelaces you have?
Facial recognition from a satellite. Yes. Yes. They had, if you remember Enemy of the State, and I have a friend that's a big time TV and movie buff, and he's been telling me for the last 15 years, everything that they show you on TV, they're introducing you to.
Well, they already have that, Lawrence. I told you about that when the neighbor across the street, I was talking to the neighbor, and he had an incident with the other neighbor, and he threatened him with a baseball bat in front of the building, and somehow my name ended up on the desk of the
I remember that.
And they subpoenaed me to come down, and they were asking me about this one and that one that hangs out there, and I'm like, I don't know these people, these street names that you're giving me.
Yeah.
Right.
Pulls up the pictures, and she goes, so you don't hang out. And she put the picture up. You don't hang out in this location over here. And I was like, nope. Not with those guys. Nope.
Oh, man.
And you want to know what's funny? People are so concerned. There's a little freaking gnat.
Yeah.
People are so concerned about drones taking pictures of them. And I mentioned this on the live stream before. Here in Manhattan, when you get off the subway, the A train, the subway, to go to 42nd Street, when you walk through the turnstile and go up through the building and walk from the street and walk one avenue over, your picture is taken and run through computers up to 400 times.
Yeah.
Up to 400 times.
That's invasion of privacy, Mike.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not. It's the law. It's how they have law written for the Patriot Act.
It's not invasion of privacy. It's called the Patriot Act. When
but I mean to say, as far as the way I feel, I don't like that. I mean, I know they have to do it. I get it.
When
you drive through Boston, when you drive a 1 mile space, and you're like, they got pictures of your license plates so many times, pictures of you in your car. It's unbelievable.
And I understand they have to do it, guys, because there are some really bad people in this world, and it's unfortunate they have to do it. But I still feel uncomfortable. But if you don't do nothing wrong, I don't like somebody running.
That's the point I was going to make. If you have nothing to hide, and you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have to worry about that. But the guy that's looking to snatch a woman's pocketbook, well, now before he snatches the pocketbook, he's got to say, "Yo, how many cameras are around here?"
Here's what bothers me, though.
They did a bank robbery.
The guy they don't catch.
Herman, did you see the bank robbery up there? They did a bank robbery this weekend. This week.
I didn't watch any.
Today's Thursday. They did it this week. I think Monday or Tuesday, in the middle of the day, Midtown Manhattan, the Diamond District. These guys went into this jewelry store.
Smash and grab.
With Jamaican wigs on and hats, and they robbed this jewelry store in the middle of the day. And you want to know how they're going to get caught? Because they were caught, their faces were caught going into the place, and people don't just put cameras up high, they put them low. Where a guy thought he was hiding from this camera over here, he was looking at one.
Good job. Good job.
You know?
I did hear about it, but I didn't.
So and they got away with several $1 million.
And they also
but they didn't get any pictures, right?
But you know what, Lawrence?
They got pictures of everyone.
Not of like white guys, right?
But they also but they also got pictures of these guys walking down the street from 3 blocks away before they put their wigs on.
You know what? I don't know how the traffic system is in the states where you guys live, but here in New York, wherever there's a traffic light, they have a little tiny camera on top, and now they have a radar or the same thing that they use to monitor miles per hour. They have these boxes pointed at the intersection. So as soon as your car hits the intersection, the camera comes on, and the reason is with that system, they can tell what block you went down, whether you made a left here on Philly Drone Life's block and stopped in front of his house. All of that, man, it's crazy.
Well, let me explain to you how it actually works with that. Once you have the person that you know, the pictures from the jewelry store, once they have those pictures, all they have to do is narrow the timeline down.
Right.
And then what they do is they go back to the camera. See, okay, here's how the cameras on the street in New York City work. If I'm a police officer and I radio into control that the suspect is wearing blue jeans and a red shirt with a white stripe on the left sleeve.
Feed me up.
They're going to put it into the computer, and the computer is going to bring up only people who fit that description.
Yep.
At that time.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. And it's going to show them what blocks those people are on.
Yep.
And they'll dispatch police to that area.
Wow. Amazing.
Yes.
Well, the other thing they do too is they span out using like local people who have cameras in their homes.
Yep. Same
When
here.
they're looking for somebody that they have no idea, they go to house to find out if they had a camera.
Well, I don't know. Well, it's even better than that, Mr. Crawley. In New York,
Don't ever
the
get
local stores, every local bodega is hooked up to the police precinct.
right.
Every
Well,
local bodega, because they used to get robbed so much, and people who usually do crimes go into bodegas to
Let
spend
me
money.
tell
At
you
least
guys
here
the
in New
problem
York.
with that.
Fire a shot in the street here in New York without them being able to pinpoint which
Yes, they
direction
have.
the
They
shot
have
came from.
out here where I live. I live in the 20s. Down in the 80s, the project is so bad. Have you heard of the gunshot cameras?
Yep.
Gun detection. Well,
Yeah,
they
we
fire
have them.
here, and the cameras will hear the sound and turn towards that sound.
Oh, I didn't know
They
that.
did the testing for that in the projects out here, and now it's all over New York City.
Oh,
We
wow.
have certain cities that have it around
You
here.
cannot go down many streets in New York without a gunshot detector going off.
Let me give you an example though, guys. If anybody that has a camera in their house and a police officer or anybody wants the footage because a crime was done and they want hey, do you have a camera? Hey, could you show us what happened? And you showed them and you made it got the guy. Here's the problem with that. You want to be a good citizen, you want to help them. But from that point on, you are now attached to that criminal's case. You will be pulled into court every single time he goes to court. And if you don't want to go, what do they call that? Where they make
Subpoena.
Subpoena you. They
subpoena you. And I know that because it's been done to me. Here I was trying to help, be a good freaking guy, and they subpoenaed me to go. I lost a freaking day's pay. The wife lost it. We lost $600 in a day because for nothing. And the guy's lawyers didn't show. Oh, come back tomorrow. Oh,
Yeah.
come back next week. I said, you know what? The fucking camera's broke. Excuse my language. Camera's
Guys,
broke
excuse me
now.
one second.
Not recorded. It doesn't record live anymore.
Well, the point I was making about the local bodegas being hooked up to the local precinct is because this is how they busted a few guys in the bodegas. You do know when you play a scratch game, right? You're familiar with scratch games, Paul, and everyone?
Yep.
And you scratch the bottom and then they scan that little bar.
Right.
Well, they caught out here in Far Rockaway, a store. You know, they bring in the rolls of the scratch games by the hundreds, and they caught the guys sitting there overnight scratching that little thing, and whatever was a winner they would put in a pile, and whatever was a loser they'd put to the side. And they were taking their entire paycheck, whatever it was, 200 and change, 300 and change, and paying it to Lotto. So Lotto was bringing them in, and they were then giving these winning tickets to one of the family members, and they were coming in the next day and cashing in the tickets.
Well, that's exactly what happened. I used to,
But then people are worried about.
I used to-
What were you saying, Paul?
I used to be a partner in a deli here in Port Huron with a very good friend of mine that I've known for years who was a state representative at the time. And we used to have scratch offs that we sold at the deli. And all of a sudden he was in Lansing at the state capitol because that's where he'd have to go during the week. And the head of the lottery commission came up to him, shook his hand, says, "Congratulations." He says, "What?" He says, "You're one of our top sellers of scratch-off tickets in the entire state of Michigan." And he says, "We want to interview and figure out how you're doing it." And he came, and our help was scratching lottery tickets all the time they could, and it just got out of control, and we lost like $40,000 in a week.
Wow. Wow. And also you lose that license.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Philly Drone from Lynn Ann.
Hey guys, hey, I just want to let everybody know I finally got to 1,100 subscribers. Can you freaking believe it? I can't
Did
believe
you
it.
really?
There are
Good.
1,100 people out there that actually are sub to me. Could you
Good
freaking
for you.
Mike,
You, Michael.
congratulations.
thank you?
And I'm going to tell you, you could probably triple that if you opened up one social media site.
Tell me about it. Guys, I don't do any.
What do you mean social media site?
I don't have any
Either Facebook
Yeah,
and or
Facebook.
Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Facebook and Instagram are the hot ones now.
Yeah, my buddy's hounding me about not doing Facebook.
Twitter's on its way out.
Sure.
Trust me, in about 2 years, Facebook will be bored and it'll be something else. You remember MySpace?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. You remember
It's
MySpace,
open
right?
up.
Well, Herman's going to open that package, but MySpace, now Facebook is MySpace. And because
Hello, Lenny.
and all of the crap and propaganda, the Russian hackers and everything, it's going to fall like MySpace. Remember, you heard it here first on those guys.
Yeah,
As
I
a-
hope so because
How you
Facebook
doing?
gets to my nerves.
Don't listen to those
Herman.
other guys there in the chat. Just on the panel.
What do you open in there?
I got a package to open.
Yeah,
Okay,
come on,
all
man.
right.
I like packages too. Open.
He was hoping Val was here, but she's working with a client.
Woo, Mr. Crowley.
Philly's doing the stand-in act for Val.
You look good today, brother.
You forgot, Mike. You got to go whoop, whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop,
There you
whoop. Come on, open.
And he's really opening it. Most people have it pre-opened already. What are those, condoms?
I know, huh?
No, it's like a dust cloth.
Okay.
It looks like one of those fat bags.
Well, before you brought it closer to the camera, I'm just saying.
I reached up and pinned you.
I don't know what kind of condoms you got, but
Wait, that little freaking cloth was in that big bag?
I know, right?
no.
Oh, there's more.
That's just a lens cleaner.
Oh, I want to open something now. Come on, that's not right. What is
You
it?
always get stuff to open.
No, I know. I'm sorry, Mr. Crowley. I know.
You always get stuff.
Hey, Michael, if you go up on the three dots on Herman, you can click it and pin him. So he's.
I want to pin him. Wait, hold
Yeah,
on. I'm
just
pinning.
pin
No,
video.
And we have this.
no. How do I pin it? Oh, woo. Open.
He got a Yeti. All right.
Nice.
All right.
Woo.
Now I can honestly say I'm out of the loop.
Congratulations, dear.
And with it,
No, you got more. We got more. Woo.
Get the big ball here.
What do we got?
some headphones came with it.
Accessories. We have accessories.
Oh, hold on. Accessories,
Got
headphones.
headphones.
Accessories. Yes.
Headphones. Ooh, nice.
Blow it. I'm going nuts. I can't take it.
Hello?
Herman does it right.
And it came with the
Oh,
Oh,
come
you got the
on.
microphone
Not
stand.
the boom. Not
The
the
Mr.
boom.
Microphone stand.
Ready? Every guy's boom. There you go. Boom. He's got a boom mic.
and it came with
No, come on. Stop. I can't take it.
this little thing here for those guys that like to spit all over the mic.
No,
There you go,
I
a
want
pop
that.
filter.
I want that pop filter. Oh, look how professional I am. I have a pop filter. I
The guys
like
that like
it.
to eat the mic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like a pop. It stops from all the cesses and the pops. No more pops and no
You can't see it. He's
Yeah,
saying,
God knows what it's
Herman.
And
for.
what else you
Herman.
got, Herman?
hold on, Herman. Pin your own,
There's more, there's
Herman,
more.
pin your own video because Mike, Rick Halber says I can't see it. What's
Pin
up,
your
Drone
video.
Life? How are you? Yeah, if you pin your own video, then
No,
everyone.
I think you have to pin it, Lawrence.
Wait a minute. I'm not hosting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the host has.
Herman has to pin the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll go back through the whole thing now.
Okay.
Lawrence's condom first, which is
No, not another one. Not another rag. I need them.
you
Oh, no.
got the mic.
And he's got the Yeti. The
Yes,
microphone.
Yeti.
It's overload, guys. It's overload.
He's got the headphones, Tascam headphones.
Dude. He's got
Hey, Paul, you're like You're like the lady in the dress going ta-da.
There you go. And the Decker gear
We don't-
And the
microphone.
boom scissor
and
microphone stand.
Ooh,
The
and
boom
don't-
scissor arm.
Don't forget the pop filter.
And we got
Pop filter.
There you go.
the pop.
I have a
The
pop.
Deck Gear pop filter
Pop.
for that professional man.
The professional look, guys. It stops all the pops and the S's. Pss, pss, pss.
Otherwise,
I'm like,
That
what you
guy-
talking about?
who likes to eat the mic?
Yes, I know. It's all right. I got it. Does it really help? I've never noticed it. Another rag.
I don't
Another
know.
rag.
Does it
No,
really
it's
help?
not a rag. It's like a.
Lynn
Oh,
says you're,
hey.
you're styling now, Herman.
Elvis is left.
Then
Well-
says you're styling, Herman. Yep.
Well, you like the hat?
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about the
That
microphone.
plus
They
all
know
the
what that-
equipment now.
Dude. All right. I gotta ask. First of all, I want to give a shout out, guys. to
Go
Mr.
for it.
Herman. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Herman, who, if you've noticed, he hasn't been around for a while. I personally missed him, but let me tell you what he's been doing. He's been working with a group of boys, steering them in the right direction. And let me tell you guys, check out the freaking ring on this guy's finger from putting the work in. Okay. Look
it
at
is.
that freaking ring, man.
You better say
Wowzers.
something, Herman, so they can see you.
Tell
Here it is. That's the ring.
That's the
Guys,
ring.
he's a football coach, which I didn't know this about.
Hold on, defensive coach.
Rick Halbert had asked me how'd camp go. It's killing me.
There you go. There you
Rick,
go.
Hal-
I'm
Rick, Hal-
going to sleep good tonight.
Rick Halber,
Well, I'm proud of you, Herman.
he's censoring it. If you could be on the panel after we log out, you would really hear how it was.
No, actually, I mean, overall, football wise,
Yeah.
it was great. But I don't understand how these kids can play football all day. They complain about being tired while they're on the field.
Hold on, Herman. You got to tell about the glitter at least. At least.
Glitter?
And they have time to mess around at night and have water fights. And
Well,
one
they got energy, brother. Young boy energy, like
Yeah.
we have.
one kid, they got him in his sleep. Man, it was so bad. It was so bad.
What they do to him, bro?
They hit him with glitter.
Oh,
And he came to practice with green glitter in his hair, all on his neck and everything. It was hard to look at.
oh no!
It
Oh.
was hard to look at.
What did Coach Herman do? Did he explain to them, now you've had that much fun, I'm going to have twice as much fun. You
Well-
boys belong to me now.
He
Yeah.
actually took a shower to get it off of him. And it was still stuck in his hair,
Oh.
in his ears. They hit him directly in his face while he was sleeping with a glitter ball.
Oh, my God. But let me tell you something, guys. Remember that if somebody's breaking your balls like that, it's because they like you. It's when they're not bothering you that you got to worry about it. Because if they don't bother you, they don't break your balls, you're nothing to them. They don't even give a shit about you. That's the one part of life I missed out on. I wish people would have broke my balls, but I was 1,700 pounds and I just wanted, I ate to push people away from me, but I missed that. That's awesome camaraderie. It's when men get their manhood, you feel like a freaking part of something. That's awesome. He'll have that story to talk about the rest of his life. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but he will have that story to talk about the rest
and
of
some
his
glitter.
life. But you
When he
couldn't,
looks
you could,
back at it, he'll think it was funny one day.
One day. Oh, he was mad? Was he
Oh,
mad?
yeah, he was mad.
well, think about this. You're asleep and you wake up inhaling glitter. You've seen the Port's thief glitter.
Oh, but
It's close. From what Herman says, it was close.
It's like a standout when you see the Jolly Green Giant for peas.
Oh, that bad. Oh,
They got him bad. And he tried to wash it off, but
and it's still on.
yeah, he had a lot of it still left on. But it's funny, like I said, he's a big defensive lineman. And some of these kids are bigger than your average kid.
Correct.
And,
Some of them,
Yeah.
or
yeah,
all
some
of
of
them.
them.
How old are they, Herman? What's their ages? From what is
He's
it, like
about
high school?
17.
17? So it's
Yeah,
14
he's
to
a
18.
senior. He's about 17. So this ages run from 14 and up. But you know what's funny? I had one kid that I coach him now, and I met him when he was in junior high school. And wow, when they brought him by the field, they brought him by because he was playing in the youth league, and they're telling me that this kid's coming here in a couple of years. I'm like, how old is he? They said he's 12. I'm like, oh hell no! I would pull my kid the hell out of youth league. He's not playing with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah,
no.
you'll hurt somebody at that size. Yep.
This kid stands at the 4-foot fence and hops over it back and forth.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a jolly green freaking giant, man. There's something in the meat, guys. I'm telling you, putting something in the meat.
It's not the
Must
meat.
be.
It's the
Either that or
hormones.
milk or
It's
something.
the hormones in the milk.
Yeah.
Milk. It's the milk or the meat. Something.
everything.
They've
It's the
already
hormones they put in the milk. Yep.
they've already accomplished scientifically. It's the hormones in the milk.
Well,
Because I look at some kids in my neighborhood that are 13, 14 years old. I'm like, my God, I'm glad I don't have to feed.
Of course, Lawrence, Michael has already dubbed you after he met you as a Sasquatch.
You're
So
already, yeah. Well, both of you. So you must have drank a lot of freaking milk, guys. Huh?
So,
You got 14-year-old kids that, you know how when you tell somebody to act your age and not your shoe size?
Yeah, you can't say that. Then.
Well, with them, you would act them to be acting older than they really are.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm going to let you know right now, after size 13, you have to buy size 14 special order.
yep.
And only speaking from personal experience, because I went from a 13 to a 14. As you get older, your foot gets
14.
wider and spreads out. So I wear 14 now. So
Okay.
now, in fact, when Herman and I were in Atlantic City, we went into the Nike outlet. And I was so ecstatic and surprised that they had size 14 in there. I had no plans on spending any money. Herman went in there to spend money. I walked out with a pair of kicks.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm a 13, but extra wide. I didn't know that once you get to a 14, you got to order them. Is that the deal? Because I've been seeing
14, no stores, 9 out of
14.
10, 9 out of 10 stores do not sell higher than size 13. And if
Gotcha.
they do, it's such a small section
Yeah,
that you may see
selection
2 or
too.
3 pair.
Gotcha.
Well,
And-
Foot Locker will carry up to even a 15.
And being a former what's his freaking name? Al Bundy, shoe salesman. I can tell you, if you wear 13 wide, a 14 would fit you comfortable also.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
a 14 medium would fit you comfortable if you wear an extra wide on 13.
Oh,
Well,
maybe I need to
the
go.
reason why I say this that like Nike Town and Foot Action, Foot Locker in these places, they carry up to 14, 15 now because they
Because
cater
of the kids.
to basketball, and these kids are wearing 15 and 16 size shoes.
Yep.
Now, if you went into a regular shoe store to buy a pair of shoes, you might not find that.
Right. Yeah. That is true. I have noticed that I'm starting to see
Yeah, you can
starting to see size 14, 15 in places, and it's only because of these daggone kids
Yeah.
and the
that's the
hormones.
Same thing with the size of shirts. Before it would only go up to 2X, 3X. Now it's common to see 4X everywhere you go, which is
I
unheard
wear
of.
a 3X.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what you
Yeah,
wear? 3X?
Yeah, I wear a 3X comfortably.
No, I'm a 2X, man. I can't believe I'm actually smaller than Sasquatch. Yes. Smaller than Sasquatch. That's
Mike, I would give you the bird, but then Herman wouldn't be monetized afterwards.
no bird.
wouldn't be anyway.
That's okay.
So
That's all
guys,
right.
I want to hear. Hold on.
Conversation.
I want to hear more about the Inspire, about our Justin's
Okay,
Inspire.
Justin, who's not. You know what? Hold on.
You just tell them the link.
Hold on. We're gonna try and put him on the spot. I'm gonna try and call him.
Yeah, because I want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. He'll still sell it. Don't worry. He'll still get rid of it.
Is
I
it
know
gonna
What do you want to know? No, he didn't fly the Inspire that night. He
Oh,
didn't
he
fly.
didn't fly it?
He flew the Mavic Zoom. He would not fly the Inspire towards where we were flying from because he only had one battery. It was a waste of he only has one flight with the Inspire. That would have been a waste.
How many? What does he get? Like 15 minutes or something? Because I know it doesn't
15
have.
minutes per battery.
Gotcha.
12 to 15 most.
Yeah, but you're gonna say 12. You're right, Paul. You might as well think 12 to 13 minutes because
surprised it never improved
counting on wind, and by the time you set your camera up, because you can never set your camera up on the ground and then go up in the air because you have to readjust your camera.
Yes, you're right. You're right. You're
So
right.
you say about 12, yeah.
Guys,
You heard it, Paul. Looks like you're going to go out, Paul.
Yep.
Paul, that
Where you
Inspire.
headed?
That Inspire is in between the 3 and the 4, isn't it?
What do you mean? As far as?
When it came out, that version 2 of the Inspire.
Well, the Inspire first came out about 4 years ago when I got my first Inspire, and it came with an X3 camera, 1 battery, 1 controller. Then I bought the Pro, which was the same way. That was about 2 years ago. And the first one I bought, I paid $3,800 for it. The Pro, I paid
the regular Inspire.
Inspire ones. So I'm talking about regular Inspire ones. And I paid $3,600 for it. With the Inspire 1 Pro, I paid about $39.95 for it with 1 battery. And when I sold them, when I got the Inspire 2, when I sold them, I got $780 with 3 batteries and extra zoom cameras and all kinds of stuff. And the other one I got $800 with the zoom extra, the Z3 camera, which was the zoom camera and everything.
Yeah, I figured
About
they
all
would
you could get.
that battery give you a little bit better time than that, considering how the Phantom 3 and the 4, which was out at that time, as you're saying 4 years ago, they had better running time.
Yep, because the Inspires were heavier.
Yeah, is that what they were supposed to get, Paul? 15 minutes?
Yeah.
The cowboy hat.
15 to 18 the most there, Tex.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, it's an Indiana Jones hat live.
We're gonna mosey on down there and talk about a drone.
Cowboy hat. It's an Indiana Jones. It comes from Disney World. My mom.
Got the whip and the sidearm?
Yeah, she got me the whip. She got me the whip and the hat from Disney.
Hey, keep your personal stuff to yourself.
And the
Got a
funny
leather
part,
outfit,
Lawrence,
too.
is she brought that back from Disney World for him 3 years ago.
You got leather chaps to go with that?
Guys, it's so cool. It holds onto your holster, and I go wee, woo, hoo, hoo. Anyway, get back to the drone stuff. We don't want to talk about that, Paul.
Moving forward.
Yeah, so, guys, listen. I need an Inspire for 1 day. I just needed to take a picture with it. It's a little personal. I don't want to get into it, but I need to take a picture. I was going to ask Billy, and then I thought, come on. 53-year-old guy asking a young kid, can I borrow your Inspire for a picture? I mean, come on. You can't do that. So if I have to go buy one and bring it back, I will. But
That's what I told him to do. Go buy it from Best Buy and take it back.
But they don't sell it. We looked. And that's the only credit card I got, guys. If they don't sell the shit at Best Buy, I can't buy it.
Well, they sell it online. Don't you have PayPal?
I do, but there's no money left on it, Paul.
Oh, okay.
That's how I got my Pros, my Mavic Zoom and Mavic Pro. That card's gone.
All right, so let me know when you're about halfway done paying it back, so I can hit you up for a Mavic 2.
Yeah.
Man, oh man, damn man, I blew that thing out of the water quicker than they dished it out to me. I think it lasted maybe a day.
See, Michael's sitting on right now a Mavic 2, Zoom, two Mavic 2 Pros,
What?
a Mavic 4.
They're all going back.
And Michael's got everything.
No, they're all going back.
They're not going back.
None of them are mine, guys.
Osmo Pocket, a Yeti mic,
No, they're
Indiana
not.
Jones hat.
Era underwear. I got
And he has the DJI new Sport Cam. What's that called?
I didn't open it.
And he's
Osmo.
never opened that. He's had that for 3 or 4 months.
And guys, he's got FPV equipment.
Yes, he's got FPV. He's got what, eight FPV drones?
I'm getting nervous. Stop. It's overload. Stop, please. I get nervous. I start thinking of the bills.
You're gonna have to have security at your house.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Thanks, Paul.
You know what's messed
Welcome,
up?
Michael.
You know what's messed up, Mike?
What?
Because to be honest, people are going to watch you do that jog up the rocky stairs because you're going to be too tired to come back down. They're going to
The house
start
gets
going
robbed.
dibs on the racing drone, dibs on the Mavic 2, dibs on the Pro.
Yeah, we're cool. We're cool. Hey,
You know what?
And I didn't mention that he's sitting on an Enterprise too. So
Lawrence, you know he's gonna have to, if he really wants to do it right, he's gonna have to start from down the street and go to a full sprint.
he wants me to full sprint.
Like in the movie.
He wants me to
Get some
sprint.
kids to chase you.
Yes, the kids gotta run behind me, Irvin.
he's gonna
I'm
start
not telling
running.
you gotta hurdle the bench.
No.
What you do, Michael, is you start
Yeah,
running,
Mike.
running from the base of William Penn all the way over there.
Oh my God, no, you'll kill it. From how about no?
This is going to get ugly, guys. Hey, don't miss day 90. Philly Drone Life. And you never, hey, it's like a car crash. Just wait for the crash, man.
Hey,
It'll
Herman,
happen.
Lynn says she loves the T-shirt.
Who?
Lynn says she loves the T-shirt.
This
Mike,
one?
you know what, Mike? You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
I
Your
know.
only problem is when you're ready to do things. You're the kind of person that you let your nerves get to you.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, but think about it. If you have a bunch of kids following you, that would look pretty hot.
But let me tell you something. I let my nerves get to me, but I think the part of it is to work me up too, because once the freaking camera goes on, I swear to you, I am more comfortable than I've ever been in my life. It's before the camera
I
goes on.
used to be like that.
Yes.
Back when I used to do internet radio shows, I would write out
Oh, there you go, Herman.
about what music I wanted to play, everything, and then as soon as the show started, the script went out the window.
Yes. Yeah, and
And-
you're natural. You're
Some
natural.
of my best internet radio streams were when I was
Nice
drinking
feel.
and ranting.
Yep.
They have a nice feel to them there.
Let's look at him again, Herman. Let's see how they
Do
look
they-
on
do-
you, because they gotta
plug
look
them in.
good.
Well, wait a minute. Let's not have them plug them in because when Herman
Alright.
mixes with electronics,
Yeah.
electronics have a way of screwing up.
They look good on you, bro. Oh, I'm liking it. Look at the professional walk on.
That's not actually what happens.
Scratchmaster Phantom Flight 101.
What happens is I can find a defect in any electrical appliance.
Well, there you go.
Unlike
That's the
you,
same thing.
With those drones, that once it comes out the box and you actually touch the physical drone, it can't fly anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, Big Matt, it is hat day. And wait a minute. Through the clouds, I see sunlight.
Oh my God. Oh, yes, Ricky got the Vegemite. Mic. Yes, brother. Woo.
Hey, Herman, what you do is
Yeah.
just sit there and go,
Now you sound like Val.
You know, I actually have that on my phone.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I had that on my phone.
Philly Drone Life, I got the
But I
package with the
did a whole
Vegemite.
party from there.
Philly Drone Life, Rick Halber's got the Vegemite today.
Yes, he got the. Hey, if you guys didn't watch, a couple of weeks ago, I did a Vegemite challenge. I embarrassed the Vegemite guys. I squirted it. I went like this. These guys are putting little drops on their finger. Ricky, you gotta watch mine. You gotta taunt me, bud. I want to see
I
squirting
have a
into your mouth.
question about this Vegemite.
It's pretty disgusting. It's all it is.
What I mean, like, why did they make something like this?
It's supposed to be good for you. It's like
actually Vegemite is the bottom of the barrel when they make beer. It's all the sediment.
It don't taste anything like
How
it.
is that good for you?
It's
But
got
isn't that slime? Hold on. Isn't that slime?
Yes.
Don't they use that to make like bourbon or something like that?
No, it tastes like grease, dude. No, it's just slop. It's
So basically, if I took my hand and put it in a tub of Crisco and ate it, that's what it would be like.
Except it's
No.
saltier than hell, and
it would be Crisco with a ton of with so much salt that
Listen
you
to
want
me.
to throw up.
Vegemite.
Vegemite. Vegemite.
Hold on. The name is Vegemite.
Yep.
It might taste like vegetables, but it don't. Plain and simple. It might taste like vegetable, but it don't.
There is no description that I know of, according to man, that can describe the taste of Vegemite.
Have you tasted it, Paul?
Yes.
Why?
Only because I thought it
One
was cool
second,
and
guys.
I learned my lesson.
It had to be because of a
YouTube
woman.
challenge.
It had to be because of a woman, because that'd be the only damn way that I would try that junk.
Well, actually, it was an ex-father-in-law who had some, and he says, "Hey, son, sit down here. I want you to try something." He put it on a cracker. And I thought I was going to die. Week later, I divorced his daughter.
That's bad, dude.
Just because of that. That stuff must be bad.
Paul,
That's pretty bad.
Paul,
Yeah.
I've heard of Vegemite. I know people that swear by it. I know people that eat it, cook with it, breathe it. I'm not touching it.
Cook with it.
Yeah.
Why would you bring it into
Listen,
home?
listen. I know they put this stuff in their food. That's all I know.
Well, if it tastes anything like what Paul is saying, why would you bring something like that into your home? It's
Good
just like
point.
I know people who, this is gonna sound gross to some people, but they eat the feet from the chicken.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Graham used to do that all the time.
In my opinion,
that's
I
a
go to
southern
work
thing.
every day,
Yep.
and I work damn hard.
Yep.
I would like to at least believe I can order the rest of the chicken
Yep.
and throw the feet in the garbage.
Yep.
Yeah. They
I hear you.
Or
no
they
chicken-
they
There's no
scramble
chicken
the
dying to
brains,
suck on my feet.
scramble
Why would I do
brains,
that?
scramble brains and innards together, and
yeah. Big Matt, look at he put up the green throw up face.
Yeah.
All I can say is, if you ever bring that through my front door, we will never be friends. We'll never speak again. Don't bring it through my front door. Don't ask me to try it. Don't try and slip it in my food.
Folks, I'm going to send a case to Lawrence House.
You
There
try
you
to
go.
slip it in my food and tell me about it, you'll get punched for it. I'm letting you know now.
Well, maybe it could be a Bronx thing where you could have Vegemite dogs instead of Coney dogs. Vegemite dogs.
Ooh,
Hey, Mike,
Yes.
I have this 3DR Solo battery that's in storage mode for going on 8 months, 9 months now. Do you know anybody who freaking wants it?
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah.
3DR Solo battery. It's
they
brand
did a
new.
good job of wrapping up this microphone.
What happened was someone in Australia in one of the Facebook groups, they cannot get batteries
Yes.
there because what I paid for this was $40 and over there the batteries are $200.
And for you to
Wow.
ship that to Australia would be about $180.
No, now it would. When I did ship it was $50, $60.
Which one of you guys is in a hotel restaurant kitchen?
What happened?
Sounds like a Chinese kitchen. I think it's Mr. Crowley's house.
Well, all I can say is I've had this battery and I'm tired of it being here. And,
Yeah.
and
Those
I
Paul,
know there's a 3DR Solo group.
Oh, there you go.
He got the Blue Yeti.
What
When
do you call it, kitchen?
when you look on the bottom, on the very bottom of the mic itself, you'll see where you can screw in a mic stand connection or whatever.
Mhm.
Yep. But I have mine just on that stand.
Yeah, this is I'm going to keep it on this.
Mr. Crawley, you said you might know someone who needs this?
Yeah, but drone worship.
Yeah.
He makes the 3D Solo battery adapters so you can adapt a regular battery, but he'd be interested in that battery.
Well, I'm willing to give this away.
I
I
think
need
you
to
should
get it
give
out
it
of
away
my
to a newcomer, man. He has plenty of them. Give it to a newcomer.
I would rather do that. Give it to someone who doesn't want to tear it apart. And
Oh yeah, if somebody's got it. You just asked who would want to take it. I just said
I was
That's who I was thinking of too, Mr.
he's got
Fowler.
adapters and stuff that he's made himself, so he's got plenty of battery
I
stuff.
was actually in that group, and then I left because I got rid of my Solo. But I was in that group to remember at one time, and I am Facebook friends with him on Facebook. Last time I spoke to him was about 2 years ago. That's about it. Wow, the clouds are moving really fast.
My little footies feel better. I got 2 pair of fleece liners for my shoes. Ooh.
La-di-da. Then when you take your shoes off, the floors, you can feel something. Be like, what's that? Ow, that hurt. And it'll be dust.
Well, I made the mistake. I left Mia in the house while I was out doing something in the yard. She went for my slippers and tore the insoles out and shredded them on the floor. And just smiled at me when I came back in.
Drone Life says he loves the Blue Yeti, Herman. Well, you know why she did that to your shoe, right? Because she wanted to go outside, and she said, next time that MFer wants to go outside,
exactly. That's what she does. She's the best dog in the world as long as I don't, as I take her wherever.
What happened, Herman?
He's the best dog in the world as long as he doesn't
Leave her.
Leave her alone.
Yep. In fact, if I go anyplace, I have to have a babysitter for Mia.
Wow.
Oh, she suffers anxiety then.
Oh, big time.
We have that upstairs. The dog's upstairs.
Don't like what's the
Dog stands at the door crying for at least 5-10 minutes, crying at the front door.
Yep.
What's the difference in all the colors of these mics?
Yeah, what's the difference? Because I noticed
just color.
Herman pointed it out. The Blue Yeti's one price, the Red Yeti's a completely different price. And I mean, why?
It's the popularity on the color.
So you pay more money for, well, that's true, because it's the same thing with a car.
The silver one was more expensive than the blue one. The blue one was more expensive than the red one.
Yep, because the blue, silver, and the black is, I think, the least expensive. I've got a black one, but I wanted black because I didn't want it. I just wanted it kind of obtuse on the desk.
Right. What's going on?
Okay, over there, Mike?
Good. You gotta put fluid in.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'll do it. Excuse me 1 second, guys. I gotta help my wife.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, there's my black one right there.
Oh, I got a silver one.
Yep.
There's not, but the colors are just colors, right? Yeah. That's,
No, the color, depending on what color, dictates the price.
Yep.
He said pretend that Vegemite is mustard.
yeah, guy. No. I went back to Rodney Bell's show. He's the guy that put out that thing, the challenge. But I'm watching the video of me eating Vegemite, and guys, I swear it's in my mouth. We can't play it because there'll be copyright problems. But
yeah.
Heard of it on YouTube.
What's that?
You can post a link.
Oh,
you can post a link. But here's something you guys need to know about if you add music to your video now.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to talk about this on Sunday, but I couldn't think of it for God knows why. But now, when you get a copyright strike on the music,
right,
they don't just send you a warning; they take the video down.
Oh,
if I report that Mike Philly Drone Life is playing my video, or I think it has. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It has to do with the music. If the music's copyrighted and the person says no, I don't want to play it, take your video off. They don't give you the option anymore to change the music or take the video down yourself. They take the video off.
Oh.
But nine times out of 10, what they do is they give you a notice that says copyrighted music is noted on your video. The owners of the copyrighted music reserve the right to monetize your video if that's okay.
Yeah, I got one yesterday for my FPV video because that song did get a copyright strike when I used it the first time, and I forgot.
Yeah.
And so now I'm using the song 2 times, and they're getting paid twice for it. But
Yep.
they still, so when you see, they still have the commercial on the video, but I don't make a cent out of it, and I think
Yeah,
that's
see,
kind of screwed up.
I don't look at it when that happens as being a strike. I look at it as like we're sharing the wealth.
Yeah, but now you don't get. But Paul, all you're getting out of it is a view now. You do not get.
Yeah. See, I don't monetize anything.
Hey, Lawrence, so you know what you're gonna do, right?
Huh?
Or you use a song, run it by me, and I'll let you know if you used it already.
Well, I've had several people tell me what to do is if you have a song in question, go over and put it, mark it private and leave it there for a few minutes, and it'll come up and tell you if there's an issue or not with it.
Yeah, but the trouble that you take to download it, the trouble you take to upload a video and edit it. I'm not going to put up a video with a song and then turn around and take the video down and then change the music.
Well, I had to do it this last week because, as you probably know or may not know, we had Rockin' the Rivers, and they were like tribute bands for specific artists.
Right.
You can't put elevator music on with bands, so I had to use copyrighted music and give the rights away to any monetization to
Elevator music.
Well, so can somebody answer me a question? So if I'm doing a live show, right? Because I've been watching it on YouTube. So let's say I'm live on my treadmill, right? And I'm walking. I want to play music. Can I play music from Epidemic Sounds? I could do that, right?
No,
hold on. Epidemic Sound says if you buy our music and you put it to our computer, it's your music. Yes, you can. But YouTube will say that it's copyrighted music and give you a copyright strike. Why? Because I use Epidemic Sounds 3 times, and 3 times I got 3 times I got copyright strikes.
Well, you can use YouTube Music, can't you?
It has
use YouTube Music, nobody'd watch your damn videos.
Well, it's like elevator music.
Exactly my point.
Well, I mean, I've found good music on YouTube. It's just that after if I was on video number 6, I would probably still continue to find good music on YouTube.
Right.
But after video number 60-something, 70-something,
it gets harder to find music. But Mike, Epidemic Sounds, so far the only place that I know that you can get an account and then stop paying for the account and still use their music is Artlist.
Who?
I use Artlist. I'll pull it up right now.
It's legal. Yeah, so now
they are the only people I know that you can register an account.
Put the link in there because
that's what I'm going to do.
You can sign up just straight through the. No, actually, you could just type in on your search Artlist and set up an account straight from there.
Yes. Now, in their TOS, terms of service, Artlist says, as a member, our music is copyright free, and even if you stop becoming a member, you still have access to our music.
So now, do they have like techno, so I can pick out a genre?
Click on that link right there, buddy. Click on that link, and then on the left side of the screen.
Hold on, I'm looking on the left side of the screen.
I'll explain it to you and all.
Okay.
On the left side of the screen, you have mood, video theme, genre, instrument, spotlight. If you go to genre, it'll show the different acoustics, folk, cinematic, R&B. If you can pick a specific instrument, now every time you pick a genre or a mood, it adds that to the list. So if I click, for example, if I click electronic,
Right.
Electronic music will come up. But suppose I want electronic with an instrument.
Right.
I can click instrument 2 and put electronic.
Wait, well, hold on. You're losing me. Where's instrument? Where's the word instrument? Oh, underneath, John.
Below genre, right. But if you notice, if you click, it puts both there, the electronic and vocal.
So hold on. Oh, up at the top, electronic and
Yeah.
synthesizer I put. So
Right,
now,
right.
so these sounds will have an electronic sound along with the synthesizer.
Exactly, and or give or
Get
take.
the hell out of here. This is,
now-
this
Now here's
Good.
what makes it so funny.
No, listen closely. You can get screwed up because where it says electronic and synthesizer,
right.
pick a different genre. If you don't clear that list up there,
Gotcha.
you understand?
I understand, my friend.
Okay.
All right, so talk to me about money. Where are we talking about here? Looking in the beginning.
Depends on what account you get.
I want to. Well, what do you get? Is it's saying start? Oh, pricing. Hold on, price.
Yeah.
That's right there.
That's
It's easy to sign up to it.
yes, it is.
And it's easy to cancel too.
Exactly.
Wow, $200 a year though, huh?
That's 75 cents a day.
Now, well, is it okay? Yeah, it's $16.60 a month. Unlimited downloads.
Right. Rick Halber
How many
says he
videos-
used them and he has no problem. Till this day,
Right.
since I've been using Artlist, I have not gotten a copyright strike. Now, I've gotten copyright strikes on YouTube from those BS non-copyright sites on YouTube here, which I'm really pissed about because non-copyright music, you're familiar with them, NCS? Well, every one of their songs is copyrighted.
Really?
Also, it would be smart to use Shazam.
Yes.
Shazam is a music
I love
app
Shazam. I
that
love.
knows if it's copyrighted or whatever.
Oh,
But
really?
this you press this button and it listens to the music and the song will come up in seconds. If it is not copyrighted, it will say not found, no results.
Oh, right. Good, you sneaky, you. Good job, brother.
Now before I pick any music, and it's getting harder because I have 106 drone videos alone. We're not talking about FPV. We're not talking about those guys. And
Right.
it's to the point now where it takes me 2 to 3 hours to find music.
Well, let me tell you why, guys.
Almost every video.
Well, the reason on the see, here's the problem though. When you make a video and put music to it, you just get a strike, and then you'll have to either take down the video or the music. But here's what I'm looking to
Not
do.
anymore, because now they have the option to tell them to take your video down.
Okay, but here's the thing. I don't care about that. If the worst that can happen, you take my video down, I'm okay. At least you're not putting a strike against my channel or shutting my channel off, because when you go live stream, when you're live streaming and you break them rules, it's a little bit more
Right, but you could be live streaming on the street and somebody could drive past you with a car playing pull up to the bumper and you'll get a strike.
But them kind of strikes are usually, hey, just remove it. You know, I've gotten that.
Yeah, tap on the hand.
But if I'm doing an hour walk and I'm playing a song that's copyrighted the whole hour and a half, dude, they can shut my channel down for that one little thing.
Well, that's what's messed up about it.
So
And
that's why I'm
Paul,
so worried about it.
They have very, very decent music, but I've been on it a while and it's getting harder for me to find music on Artlist. But I use them. And I hate going back to YouTube library, but every now and then I go to see if they updated it, and I switch between the two. But I use most of my songs come from Artlist.
Just a minute.
You're saying, so hold on, Herman. You're saying YouTube has copyright stuff that's okay. It's not great, but it's okay, like for dancing.
YouTube library, yes. The YouTube library also has. The problem is people are starting. What happens is you may use a song from the YouTube library, and then that person takes that song and copyrights it, and then you're screwed.
Like I was using a song, right? And
I had to take this damn hat off. I'm getting hot.
And I was using it for an intro, and the guy who song it was, he decided he wants to copyright his music now.
Yes.
So I was still using the intro. I never had a problem, but who's to say down the line
Yeah. That's
somebody doesn't come calling for 7 seconds?
Yeah.
Video.
That's a problem, dude. That's a problem because you want something that is always going to be okay. You know, when you do it, if it's okay, then I mean, who are they to then come back and say, "Oh no, you broke the law"? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's crazy. It should be just once you use it, you use it for good.
It should be good. Yeah, I agree.
Should be right, but the YouTube doesn't check the date and say I uploaded this video before he copyrighted. They don't give a damn.
Right.
And that's what a problem is with YouTube. And I hate to say it, but the only reason YouTube is still in existence is because there's nothing else like it. If you go to Vimeo, you have to pay. If you go to AirVoots, that's free, but that's a European drone channel, and they only upload your videos in 720p. Who wants to watch videos in 720p? I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, the thing is, with all of these things like that, with YouTube and everything, everybody, I mean, YouTube is a great platform because let's think about this.
Love it.
It's saving millions and millions of hours of footage for free.
True.
Yes, it
But at
is.
the same time, when you look at some of this thing with this copyrighted music, YouTube, for what it is, should start taking an active stance on things and not just reacting.
Right. I agree.
Because when you react, you don't react. Somebody knocked down some dishes.
That was the cat.
Yeah, they just react to things and it's a blanket shutdown when they could actually rationalize something. They're acting like, I hate to point fingers at these people, but they act like police officers.
You need to do your those guys outtake with the panel. Just reminder, Phantom Flight 101.
Absolutely,
This
guys.
is a true sign.
Those guys are sponsored by.
This is a true sign that our viewers / subscribers / friends do care.
Ricky is on the phone. You go, Rick. I love it.
And
We're gonna do that just now, Rick.
as soon as Paul gets back.
We should do it every half hour.
Yeah.
You should. And you know what? I tried now. Remember I said I wanted to do a compilation of all of those guys?
Yes.
Right.
Do you know what quality video you get when you download one of these YouTube videos?
Oh, horrible.
Yeah, I can imagine.
720.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to do a compilation, to do a compilation
Those guys.
in 720. I know you must have hurt your throat there, Mr. Crawford.
I'm going to use my soft voice from now on.
Oh, now you sound like the old man on Family Guy. Want a popsicle?
Well, guy.
Come here, little boy.
The other day on my
Want to
treadmill,
mow my lawn in your underwear?
the other day on the treadmill, I said, "Hey, I want to do a sponsor. And I just want to thank my sponsor. And today's program is being sponsored by that guy. And in case you're wondering who that guy is, it's this guy right here, Philly Joe." And I went on this guy, but I was imitating yous, but I kind of stole it, but I didn't do it anymore.
So he stole it.
I stole it. I stole it.
Well,
Wow, man.
that guy is technically that guy is you.
I know. We named
Those guys, we are those guys. All of us are those guys.
I could be that guy.
Believe it or not, we sponsor ourselves every damn day. So why not give ourselves credit for it?
Damn straight. That's the way I felt.
Hey, Mr. Crawley.
This is those guys.
No, but hold on, Mr. Crawley. Who sponsors your flying?
Oh wait, Rick
Those
Calvert said
guys.
we're showing at 7:20 now. Those guys. Hey, why are we in 7:20? Is that all that's
No. No, you
does?
must have your screen set to that. But
Rick Calvert, check your settings there. You should be able to go higher.
oh no, Zoom only goes in 720. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, Zoom. Oh, he's right. So Ricky's right.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Now see that you learn something every day. but the point I'm making is,
Okay.
you take the time and effort to upload something in 4K or 1080 at 60, 1080 at 30, 24 frames. You should have that option to re-download it. But then I could understand, because if they took everybody's 4K videos, their computers would shut down.
Oh my God, yeah.
Imagine they've gone from 720, YouTube's gone from 720 to 1080i, to 1080p, to 1440, to 2.7, to 4K, and who knows wherever else they're heading.
Yep.
And I could see storing that in a computer being
Yeah,
a
that's a lot, guys.
Well, that's why they're
All right, Paul, we were waiting for you to do what those guys drop
Okay.
before you break out. I know you're ready to run, aren't you?
No, actually, I heard a big noise and I went into the kitchen and I had all these paper bags stacked up, jammed in up on the shelf, and they slid off and went down with a big crash.
All the paper bags made a loud noise.
Yeah.
All right, Herman, let's go.
okay. You guys ready?
Yep.
I'm ready, man.
Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by.
Those guys.
There we go. Very good. Very good. Good heads up, Rick. Thank you very much. But like I was saying, I just feel if I upload my videos and you play my videos at 4K, 2.7, freaking 340, whatever, I should be able to download it in that quality.
I agree with you.
I should be able to download it in that quality. And that may be a flaw, but that also may be why YouTube is free, because Vimeo, if you upload to them in HD, you can download it in HD. So that's the difference. But you pay for Vimeo. You're going to pay $300 a year to use them. Easy.
Okay.
You know, so I don't know about you, but I'm happy with
Funny
YouTube.
about that, they have, I don't know if I mentioned this to you not, or if you ever saw it, but a lot of people have heard of it. They have this thing called ESPN Plus, where to me it is totally hilarious. They could be handling, like, for instance, let's take like a boxing match, for instance. If it's on their channel or that stream that they have on the computer,
Yeah.
you can pick it up. But if it's a pay-per-view event, you still have to pay them for the pay-per-view event on top of what you pay them for the subscription.
Oh, hell no.
Crazy, man. That is
No, that's like going into a theater, right, to pay for a ticket, and they say walk through this revolving door, and then you walk through the revolving door, and then you realize you're outside and you got to pay to get in again.
Or you go pay for a seat.
I heard it explained to me like this, is that you pay a subscription just so that you can come there
Bye, Lynn.
and pay
Right.
for each event.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is.
You might as well put it on ESPN on television.
Bye, Lynn.
I agree with you, man.
Bye, Lenny.
True. That is true. I don't know what's going on.
Be good, Rick.
Hey, Ricky! Ricky,
Later,
baby!
Rick. Free is good. I agree. Yes, free is good.
Oh, bye, Lenny. I'll see you, Lynn. I'm sorry. See you, Lynn.
It doesn't necessarily have to be free. I'm just saying that if you have exclusive rights to something, then why am I paying you for the pay-per-view on top of the subscription price?
I think the reason, if you really think about it, Herman, here's the deal. You pay a subscription price that gets you the ability to select what you want to select. If you paid what they want to charge for everything, none of us could afford it.
True.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is
just
true.
saying,
No, it's just a scam for them to charge more. That's all
it is a scam, right?
Yeah.
It's a scam. That's all.
Yeah, because
That's
the promoters,
like,
the
who's gonna
promoters
pay for
want
this?
the big cut. The promoters want the big
Who's
cut.
going to pay for this? And then the people pay for it, and they're like, all right, let's charge some more.
Yeah.
See if we can get people to pay more. And people do, and that's the whole thing about it. Me, if there's a fight on and I really want to watch it and I got to pay extra to see it, I'll watch something else. I'll watch the news.
Yeah. It discourages you from even wanting to be on your channel.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it's just ridiculous. I
I
stopped
don't-
watching boxing because of that. I watch them when they show the game at. I mean, show the
Well,
fighting
see-
match after.
But a lot of you guys don't notice, but to actually send a cable signal to your house costs pennies on the dollar.
Oh, yeah.
To send an internet signal to your house, which is coming in riding on the same cable signal,
Really?
is pennies on the dollar. How they make their money is $15 to $20 a damn box. And
Right.
yet you have 4 rooms with 4 TVs. So if that's $15 already, that's 30, that's
$60 a box.
I got 7 boxes.
Okay, well, shit.
My cable bill is almost $300 a month.
But they just send it to your home. You can watch it wherever in the house.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm going to give you guys a tip before you get off of here. Okay. You might want to notice, but you can go to Best Buy, Circuit City Online, or any electronic store and buy your own cable/modem router.
Yep.
Okay. And you can give them their box back and just use the service coming through the line. In other words, if you only have cable, you can go buy a cable modem. If it has a telephone line, you can buy a cable modem with the telephone. You can buy a cable modem with the internet. The point I'm making is all of that signal comes in through that one cable line. Go to the store.
Lawrence, the question I have, which I don't know the answer to this question I have is, I have HD boxes which have a different cable set of cables. Do they
Right.
sell those?
Yes, yes, they do.
Okay.
Yes, they do. Yes, if you just have to do the research. But I did this in a guy's home, okay, and his cable bill is, I think, $75 a month, okay, and it went. Now keep in mind, it went from 200 and change to $75 a month because I told him to buy these high-speed cable modems. And every time they upgrade the internet speed, his internet speed upgrades along with it. If you get rid of your cable modem in the house, that's $15, $20 off the bill right there, straight off the top.
So, do you guys know
You
anything
won't see
about?
the programming without having their ability to get that software program. It won't happen.
What happened?
You will not pick up that provider's link without getting the software for that.
No, that's true. You do have to call them and say, I have my own cable modem. And then what they do is they send a different signal through so that it works with your cable modem.
You guys
So
do
keep
is
that
just
in-
buy your own equipment. You
keep
can
that
buy
in-
their equipment.
Yeah, you
They
could.
don't make it.
Yeah, I guess you could. But Paul, keep that in mind. If you're thinking about it, you need to find out if your cable company or cable provider supports you hooking up external devices.
Yeah, I have Xfinity.
If it's Verizon, forget about it. Just plain forget about it. Everything Verizon's like Apple, and it's like DJI.
Yeah, Verizon
Their
sucks.
stuff, right? If you don't use their stuff, you can forget about it.
Yeah, I don't know what I've got Xfinity, and I don't know what they're.
You have to contact your cable provider and ask them, if I buy an external cable modem, high-speed cable modem, and hook it up to my television, can I give you your boxes back?
They don't make
Oh,
those
okay.
boxes.
No, by law they have to.
They don't make those boxes. There's another company that makes those boxes. You can buy those same boxes.
Direct.
Those boxes from them.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's a signal then.
Right, it is a signal. Now,
You can get the box.
The easiest
The
one.
box is gonna do you nothing without the signal.
Satellite. Whereas that with satellite, you can go and buy the boxes. You can go online and learn how to point a dish and all of that and hook it up yourself. All you gotta do is get the software from the software codes and everything from the provider. And you
Software codes. Dun,
so
dun, dun, dun.
that is basically what you need, but I'm telling,
Software
I have done it for someone, and I'm telling you, you call a cable company and they change the signal that's coming in, and it'll work with an external box that you buy. But the company has to be able to do that. If
Michael, you had a question?
Yeah. My question was, what I'm getting is
He's on top of the world.
when I'm trying to get out of the way of frickin' William Penn, but I can't seem to move him.
Look like William Penn's giving you a back rub.
I know. But no, my question is, can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah.
So my question is this here. I'm seeing and experience a lot of that throttle back crap. And so what they do is, you pay for 1 gig down and whatever up. And then all of a sudden you start to use it and you realize that it isn't the 1 gig. And although you run speed tests and it shows 1 gig, as you're actually using it, they're throttling it back and you're not getting that. You're paying for it.
Their excuse is the reason that your signal's weak is because it's a busy day. The weekend,
right. And
there
they
are
also
more people on the internet.
Right.
It's actually a crock of bull.
Tests are crap.
I'm so weak.
Right. They're also saying that, and it is true, but it depends how many people they hook onto one box, where if they put too many on a box, everybody starts to gets cheated and they're sharing that signal. I know I live on a row street. So on our pole, we have a box. And if they start to tap into that too much, I don't care what you're paying for. You'll run a speed test. It'll show that, but you're not getting it. So here's my question. I heard that there's a way that you can put something in the middle of that makes sure that they cannot throttle it back. It stops it from throttling.
No.
It's a P22 modulated rotary gun.
I'll tell you right now. There was a conversation.
Not large enough.
There was a conversation that Herman had on his live stream, or someone had on the live stream, and it had to do with the pipes coming into your house and the pipes going out of your house.
Right.
Meaning the signal.
Right.
Okay. Now, what they do is
the line. There's a live line that comes into your house.
But they put a line through your block. Say it's 200 Mbps. Okay. By the time it gets to the end of your block, it's no longer 200 Mbps. So what they do is they boost the signal. They only throttle back. When there's an outage somewhere.
Mike, can I tell you what the problem is?
Go ahead, Lawrence.
You're using when you're coming in, you have coaxial cable coming into your
correct.
Into your receiver.
And this is an electrician telling you.
And that is the
coaxial.
Yeah,
coaxial cable is not good.
So what do we need?
All of these companies get over by telling everybody, "Oh, we're fiber optics, we're fiber." The fiber's outside in the street. You come into a big shared modem with everybody else on your block or in your building, and everybody goes through that. And what's happening is you got coaxial bringing that in.
It converts down to coaxial.
And coaxial coming out.
So how do we fix that?
You can't.
So they're robbing us.
Yeah.
Pretty much, because speed tests are those speed test nonsense.
Yeah.
You know who creates that?
The cable companies.
Exactly. Exactly.
Again, screwed by the cable company. Do you see what I'm saying?
You can
I did some
television. You can stream television all you want.
Right.
But I can guarantee you'll be tired of whenever it buffers. You'll get tired of watching things late. You'll get tired of not having a television guide.
Yeah.
Right.
What happens is you pay the cable company for sorting all of that stuff out for you and giving you a nice, pretty package where everything is ready and available for you to hit buttons and get to it.
Mm-hmm.
I did some research, and the end result of the research was pretty much, now don't quote me on this because I don't know the exact details and I have to pull up the article again, but people were saying if you put a splitter, which basically can split the signal, I think it's a splitter or something, I forget what it is, but here's the gist of it. The cable comes into the house, you'll plug it into this splitter, so to speak, if it's a splitter, and then you put another wire out of that splitter into your cable box. And what happens is that unit stops the cable from the signal coming out of that. They can no longer manipulate it anymore. They can, so you're, yes, if they're putting 1 gig into your home, You have to then at that point get it. There could be no throttling. There can't be anything, because once it goes into that piece, it then has to, it's yours. At that point, it's yours, and they don't have access to
The
that.
only way that would happen is if you weren't going into that box that everybody else is going into.
Right. And
You're
that's
saying
called a VPN, a virtual private network. Then you
VPN.
get into the computer part of it, and I could actually speak about that. A VPN, a lot of rich people have VPNs because of security reasons. You have a virtual line,
Right.
the cable company or phone company,
I got a
into
VPN.
your house, and no one else is piggybacking off of it.
Well,
That's
anybody can
virtual
have that.
private
though,
network.
Lawrence. Anybody can have a VPN, right?
Oh,
Anyone can,
I
but
have
they're,
it.
they're costly. You
Very
have one, Mr.
expensive.
Crawley?
I have a VPN. Yes,
Yeah. Now, the purpose for that is
because of my paranoia.
there's no internet slowing down. There's no one on your internet signal. There's no one watching your cable. There's no
Right.
one tapped in. There's
Really?
no hacker can get in unless they have passwords.
I want it.
He's completely separate.
You pay for it. You pay separate for it.
Yes,
How
you
much do
pay
you pay
separate
for
for it, but it's called a VPN. If you want a virtual private network for your internet,
Yes.
you can get it.
How much is it though? What do you pay
It
monthly?
varies from state. You'd have to
I
find
don't know. It's in my billing. It's in the billing package.
whichever
Okay.
provider. Ask them, do they offer VPNs, virtual private networks?
But here's my point. What's to stop them from still throttling back my VPN? That's what I'm trying to stop.
No,
The
this is
Nothing.
this is supposed to be guaranteed
Absolutely nothing.
your own signal, your own designated line.
But they'll still come out of your house with coaxial.
Yep.
And they're running your telephone and your TV and everything on that.
And here's the problem that Herman mentioned. You've all these 4K televisions and
Right.
and all these 4K
That's
televisions
making it even
and
worse.
high quality HD stuff. It's not 4K because your coax cable can't handle true 4K.
So what can? What's the name of the wire that can handle, or there isn't a wire yet?
It's supposed to be fiber optics, but fiber optics is even broken down, like Herman said, back to your cable wire. That coax.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, Michael, is here's your situation. Michael lives in a building. How many other people in the building?
Exactly.
In my house?
No, you're all attached together.
Now here's something, Mike, you want to think about. If you're
You lost me there, Paul. You mean the neighborhood, right?
right, no, in your building alone,
I
how
just
many apartments are in your building?
He's separate. He has a house.
He's a townhouse.
You're separate in a house. Now, okay. Now, how many townhouses are collected on that block?
40.
Okay, think about it. One signal traveling at 100, well, put it this way. One signal traveling at 100 miles per hour divided by 40 is supposed to give you that speed.
Oh.
Now, they have to boost it so that every time someone cuts their computer on,
Yeah.
it stays at that same, but it doesn't. It's
It
impossible.
doesn't. It's because then what about the guy across the street that's got 18 computers? And
You
they got-
notice on Sunday, exactly. You notice on, what about the people that fall asleep with their computers on, their phones on Wi-Fi, all of that stuff?
Right, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. But the cable company still sells us these packages. You want 200? We'll give
VPN.
you.
The closest you're going to get to what you want, Mike, is the closest you're going to get to what you want is a VPN, virtual private network.
Gotcha.
Until they stop using coaxial in any of the equation, it'll never.
The perfect example,
Forget better.
fiber optics. Have you ever seen a television with an optic in, or radio or device with an optic in?
Yeah.
That's for fiber optic. That's to handle that light source and energy coming in. That's the only way.
So Herman, is there a way that we can change our wires? I know from the pole would be expensive because then
If you were a
You
billionaire,
have to change the whole system because
Right.
you have to remember this. Everyone that owns a house on that block or a building on
Right.
that block, whatever block it is,
okay.
these cable companies have made a deal with these people that everyone in their building or whatever will use that network.
Okay.
So they wire the building for that.
Okay.
And no matter who has anything better, it's still a contract you're under. So that other company will never be able to come in and give you something better.
For instance, Verizon brags about, hey, we have fiber optics. So if they're running the fiber optics,
coaxial.
yeah, but,
coaxial.
but it's coaxial from the box to the house, right?
Right. They still
So
use
what I'm saying is, can we pay the cable company to run a separate fiber optics from the box just to my house?
I don't know if they do that, or will they do that, or can they do that, because the system is set up a certain way.
Gotcha.
If you were running Cat 5 cables or Cat 6 cables from that box or whatever into your computer and stuff like that, or to your phone or whatever, then I would tell you then everything is okay. But as long as they're using coaxial,
right,
trash.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the system is set up for that. So even they're not going to change a whole system for one person.
It's cheaper for them to run fiber optics to the box at the corner on your block and then break it down to coax.
Yeah, but
okay, Mike, check this out. I used to do, before I got hurt, I used to do the generator setup at the Barclays Center here in Brooklyn for whenever they had boxing.
Okay.
Now, there's a group of us, and you'd have guys working on the setup from the cameras, from the truck out, for where the cameras, because the way they do these arenas now, they have a network.
Okay.
You ever see like how the news?
Yes.
They don't have to have a damn soul at the game, but they got footage, they got highlights.
Yeah.
In the network. So these cameras that they come there with to show like they plug into the building, into the network.
Yes.
And the truck hooks up to the network. And we run all these cables for power and for television, for cameras and stuff like that. And then we have the backup generators that go outside to the street. Not to mention house power is on, but they'll set up on house power and then they'll switch over to generator power for when the fight or the show is taking place, and use house power in case of an emergency, unless they have a backup generator.
Okay.
Now, after all of that is said and done and all of those lines are run, coming from the network patch to the satellite truck is one fiber optic cable.
Wow.
Yeah.
If that cable is lost, the entire operation is shot.
From one cable. One
cable.
Yeah.
Freaking
and that cable is the smallest cable.
Get the frick.
So small.
It is. It's about like this.
Get the hell
That's a
out
small
of here.
cable.
It's about like this. The cable is about the bottom half of this right here.
With that kind of power.
That goes out to the satellite truck. If they lose that cable,
get the hell out.
Everything's gone.
Get out of here. That's amazing, man.
But what's hooked up to that one cable? Coax.
Which is useless, right? You're back to the coax.
No, that's a straight signal.
Yeah.
From the network straight out to the satellite truck.
Yeah.
On that fiber optic.
Yeah, that's why their signal's always awesome.
Right. Their signal's clean coming out.
Yeah.
It's once it gets to its destination, it was where it chops up at.
Right.
So if you wanted to watch television at the box outside.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Beautiful picture.
Yeah. Let me ask you another thing then. So what's this crap about? Because let me tell you what Xfinity told me. I said to them, hey, listen, Alexa, shush, Alexa. Shut up, stop.
Alexa, self-destruct.
Shush. I fight with this woman, man.
Self-destruct sequence.
Lord, somebody saying something. Stop. No, stop. All right, listen, guys. So, all right, you leave me alone. Anyway, so here's oh yeah.
Alexa, play music.
Alexa, sing.
Hey, bunny.
Is that real?
How's a bunny do?
Dude, that's real.
That's Rory.
How is he doing?
Good. He's doing all right. He doesn't have his surgery yet.
Oh,
$800.
$800 to save a rabbit. You can eat him. He's dinner,
No.
brother.
No.
Oh, Michael.
Oh, Mike, man. Mike, look at his face. He's
Let me
pissed
see.
at you now.
Oh, I can't
Fuck
eat.
you, Mike.
Oh, look.
That's Rory.
I
You
can't.
can't say that about Rory.
Can't eat him. I can't, but he is good. I've had rabbit. They're very good.
I can't get him drawn because I'm gonna save my
Anyway,
money.
so here's what I was saying. So the Xfinity told me, because here's what I do: a lot of live streaming, right? So I don't care about download. I don't make videos. I don't care. What I want is upload.
They
That's
can't
what
give you
I
better
want.
upload speed.
What?
Did they tell you we can't give you any better upload
That's
speed?
what they told me. They said no matter what you buy, you get what
Hey,
you
Curtis.
get before you get.
Night train.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Hey, what's up, Curtis? You know
that
why?
is what they give you.
Right. But how do I get
I
better
just argued
upload?
with them 100 times.
How do I get better upload, dude?
VPN,
Everybody has got better upload speed, but I doubt it'll do fine.
Mike, a VPN would give you a little better upload, but you're gonna pay through the nose for it.
But why can't we adjust upload? Tell me why.
Upload is always slower than download.
I
And
know
there's-
that, but why can't I go from
There's a
11
million people
to
uploading
22?
the same time, Michael.
Why
Oh.
can't I go from 11 to 22? That's all I want.
What you can do is tell them you want a business account set up and you have them come rewire your whole
That's
place
true.
as a business, and
Okay. And
you
what would
know,
that give me?
Cost you about $1,000 a month, Michael.
and the guys will come in and run Cat 5 and all that other stuff all over your place.
Right, right.
And what would I get? 20 upload?
If you're lucky, 15, 20.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So that ain't worth it then. I mean, I get 11.29 or some shit like that now. I get what everybody else gets in Philly, 11 something. You know, but my point is, can't I just double it to 22? That's all I want. I'd even pay
simple.
$50.
Michael looks at it like, can I put a bigger carburetor on the motor?
Yes. Why?
You'll still have to service the carburetor every few miles anyway.
But that's correct.
Listen,
You
Mike,
want fuel injection.
That's
Mike,
what I'm paying for.
I'm doing a speed test right now.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
have
have
11.
200. I have 221 coming in. It's promised 200, but my upload is only 10.4.
Correct. Yeah, you got what everybody else has.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, what's to say the speed is coming
The
in?
speed coming in is 122.3. No, 222.3. They promised us 200 Mbps, and I have 223.3.
You know why you have 220 whatever point three?
And keep in mind, we're
Keep
doing
your mouth shut.
what?
Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, yeah.
That way you can be like, "Oh, this shit is great. This is great."
Now hold on. If you test your internet speed, the best day to test it is on Sunday when everybody's home.
Now, if there was a real way to test it, you'll find out that they're lying to you.
Yeah, of course they are.
What's the real way to test it?
There is no real way to test
There
it.
isn't, because there isn't, Mike, because they control the game. They control the rules.
More power.
All right, let me check mine. Hold on, I'm
Mike,
gonna check mine.
Mike, it's sort of like the Matrix.
Yeah, so here we go. I'm testing mine. Okay, 100, 200,
Hold on,
300.
Look at Paul. Look at
400.
Paul. Look at Paul's test,
Hold on.
and you'll see.
That sucks. That sucks. Oh, I'm getting robbed. I'm getting robbed.
Even Paul has 40 something. Here in New York, we have 200. You know why? Because there are probably more computers and internet access per square foot in New York than most parts of the United States.
Paul, what's
including-
up, guys? Hold on. Why am I only getting 5 up? Why? Because I got things running?
Yeah.
I think they get something against you.
No, well, also the fact that you're running a computer, probably someone else in your home is on now. Keep in
No,
mind,
nobody else is here. It's just
Paul,
me.
stop sharing the screen for a second. I'm going to
Okay.
show mine.
All right.
Paul's is 14, right?
Yep.
Paul's is 14. Hold on. I'm going to share screen and show you mine right now.
All right, hold
And
on.
show you that it's basically
It's not better than me, and I'm paying for
That's YouTube.
100 or 400 down, something like
wait
that.
a minute. Hold on. SPE speed test right here. This is the generic one,
That's the one I use.
Fran. Now 213, 216, 219, 221, it was 223. There it is. It'll stop at 223 and then it'll drop and only go to.
Guys, you got better than I got.
Here's 9. It may make it to about 10. Nope. This time it's stuck at 9.
That's his upload.
Yeah, that's my upload. Download is 224.1. Upload is the only one that I believe here is the upload at 9.
Right, let me do mine. How now? So
That's the only one that I believe in.
Speed test. I'm gonna put it in again.
Just type in speedtest.net.
And then share.
They're thieves. They're thieves, I tell you.
Yeah, but mine's is blue. Mine's don't look like yours. Why?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Speed test is speed test.
Doesn't matter.
All right, hold on. Let me share screen. Where it
They're
share.
Down
all
at the
the
bottom
same.
there. Share.
They're all the same company, Mike.
All right.
Paul has
Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You're
Hold
good.
on,
Hit
hold on.
go.
Let me get-
Go.
Hit go.
Huh?
Hit go.
I'm
You
touching
ready?
the screen.
Here we go. I hit go. Bam! Come on, baby. Let's go. Coming. Oh, let's go. I got 100. Come on. I got 200. Come on. I got
Wow.
300. Come on.
300.
Come on,
Good
baby. What do I hear
download.
for? Come on. I need 4.
Nope.
Come on,
346.
350.
346, and then it's
Here we
gonna
go.
do
Ping at 11. Let's go. Upload.
It will
Let's go.
in a
Upload.
few seconds.
And up.
Either that or it just puked itself.
It looks like it locked up on you because Mike is frozen.
You overstressed it. Yep.
Philly Drone Life is frozen with his mouth open, saying, "Let's go." He might have just blew out his modem, guys.
Screen is stuck.
Yep. There. You know,
Herman's just stuttered.
his
Oh.
system is telling you, "I'll
Yeah.
show you. I'll show you."
Yeah. You complaining about speed now? Mike just got kicked.
Well,
Yeah.
we've been on here. Oh, wow.
Yeah. We've been on a minute.
2 hours and 26 minutes.
In a minute.
Going into the half hour.
All right. Well, I'm hungry.
You think Michael's coming back so we can say goodbye, or?
Yeah, let me eat some more Rice Krispie treats.
We might as well go to the half hour, Lawrence.
Yeah. Okay. That's
If
cool.
Michael
But
comes
Mike,
back,
you know what? They just said he's
Hey,
complaining
Curtis,
about his
what's good?
internet. Let's
Yep.
cut it off.
let's show him.
Or they say, this guy's complaining and he owes the bill. Man, turn him off.
Yep.
This
That's
guy's
right.
complaining and he hasn't paid this month. Shut his mic off.
That's how you get a kiss from your internet service.
Sean says he loves the hat.
Here he is. He's
What the
back.
hell happened, guys?
Okay, we're telling you what happened. Stop complaining. You got faster internet speed than we have here in New York right now.
Guys, I'm paying for it. That's why I'm trying to tell
We
you.
all pay for
They're
it.
robbing you. Go back to the 200 megabits per second. They're robbing you.
Yes, I'm paying for like
We got them made up for the sun.
What was your upload?
it never went. It just
Yep.
died out. My whole freaking shit shut down. Hold on.
That's because Xfinity is watching you, Michael.
Here we go. You ready? Can I share? Let me share my screen. I'm gonna
Right.
go-
Yeah, do it again.
Go for it.
You ready? Hold on. There it is.
They're
We might
watching.
not be here.
All
You
right, can
sure
you
you
see
had
it?
300?
Okay, go.
All right, you ready? Wait, where's the how do I do this again? Oh,
Refresh. F5.
F5.
F5?
F5. Just push the
or-
F5 button.
Oh, at
Push
the
it
same
upload.
time? At the same let me just freaking refresh for the love of God.
It's the same thing.
All right, you ready?
Go.
Go.
Bam! Bam! Hey, comedy. What do we got? We got 100. We got 200. We got 300. Oh, no! Come on, baby. Do I hear
358. 350 seems 354.
And I'm paying for like
350.
6, but let's
Stopping
go.
at
Let's go. Okay. And
47.
bam, here goes upload. Give me some upload. Give me some. It keeps
Here's where he
freezing right
locks
here,
up.
guys.
That's where he freezes up.
Okay,
No,
no, here
it's
we go.
not gonna. I'm
It's
doing
in-
something on my side.
It's saying it's unstable. My internet connection is
We're
unstable.
seeing it though. We're seeing it, Mike. You're only 5.8
Yeah, that sucks.
upload.
Doing good then.
Sucks. Possible problem. What's
Look
it?
at Roger. Poor Roger. He's running 0.05.
That's not even running.
Yeah.
That's moonwalking,
Yep.
going
So
backwards.
basically, because you're paying for this,
Top share, Michael.
Michael, stop sharing. Yeah.
Up at the top.
But because you're paying extra, I would tell them to bump it down to back to the 200 because they're
Yeah.
basically charging you for a service you're not getting.
No shot timer.
Wow.
You know, Rogers should go down there and complain instead of just calling.
Wow.
Well, the problem
Go
is,
down
Just go 100 miles.
How are you, Drone Shots?
yeah, but the
What's up,
problem
buddy?
is that he's dealing with Bell Canada.
Mhm.
Which there isn't any place specific, I think, that he can go and raise hell at.
Oh, they
Well,
don't
that
have
definitely
office.
So it's all done by online or by mail.
All right, Herman.
Wow. Oh,
Herman
guys,
froze. Hold it.
half hour.
Herman's
Herman's
pictures-
frozen now. Now he's
Herman's
back.
picture froze for a few seconds.
He's froze again.
Yep.
Who?
You, Herman.
Are you doing something on
I'm
your
good.
computer?
Yeah. No, what it is he
No.
was saying things bad about Rogers' internet, and they're watching us.
And you started skipping, Herman.
Yep. As soon as you said that.
Thank you. We need to do a drop. Geeks Vana, Sean from the UK says we need to do a drop. Look at Mr. Crawley. I see your eye moving, dude.
So, guys, check it out. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys.
I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for coming and hanging out with us here on the panel. I have Novice Quads, Paul Murray, the man we all know, Mr. Crowley, and the guy that everybody on YouTube has to know, Billy Jones. So how's it going?
It's
Fun
all
live stream today?
I know I'm about to pass out.
I'm freaking
Hungry
exhausted.
like that? Well, we're all going to go get something to eat. And I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for stopping in and hanging out with us. And I'll see
Rice
you next
Krispies.
time on Phantom Fight 101.